Hey, this is your greatest champion, and this is your chat.
Hi guys, welcome to episode 39 of the Groupchat Wrestling Podcast. And as you can see, it's a very special episode. For the first time, you can actually see our faces. We're finally here on video. And I'm Mike, the main host. I'm Mike GWP, the Scouse one with the shit mic. And I'm gonna let my co-hosts introduce themselves.
Hello.
Also, hello. It's your favourite Bandido fan with a shit Bandido mask.
Hello. And I bet you can't guess who I am a fan of. I do keep it very, very quiet, but I am, in fact, a big Brandon Cutler fan. And I am mostly recognisable by the hair and the tracksuit. So I thought I'd wear it today.
I am your American hero of the Groupchat Wrestling podcast. I am that bald bro. I am Brett. And I just want to give a major shout out to the now well-known, the millions upon millions of fans who watch Dynamite on Max. It is no longer in doubt. It is a 100% proven fact. Okay? Get over it. Cry harder. Cope harder. AEW wins again.
It is mad. It is just mad how people are so viscerally upset by that. Like, to me, even as a fan, I just read it and I was like, oh, cool. And I moved on with my day.
Yeah, like normal people like us who watch every week, it's like cool. Like whether we watch on TBS or Max, whatever, we tune in every week, so it's no big deal to us. But holy shit, that news dropped and people were starting spaces on X, like group therapy sessions, like group coping sessions right there. And it's like, this is not normal fucking behavior. We got grown supposed adults about setting up spaces, just coping and crying. Like,
I don't really give a fuck though. Why do they care?
Oh, I'm glad they do. I didn't care when I saw the news, but now I care. I hope they're mad. I hope they are so mad. They lie awake at night choking on impotent rage. I hope they cry a fucking river because it makes me laugh. And I know I shouldn't. That's quite cruel, but it does.
They're all just a bunch of sad fucks though, because like at the end of the day, I think them numbers are actually probably quite low because I can't remember the last time I watched live TV, like on an actual TV station.
No, I don't even have it.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'd imagine most. Well, I won't say that because I don't have the TV license company checking, but I don't have an aerial actually, so I don't watch any live TV at all. No BBC, nothing like that. And just clarify, and I am La Parker. I live in Mexico, and yeah, I like the only thing I ever watch live TV for is the footy and the wrestling. So I just can't imagine the numbers actually being that different than have been speculated, really.
Well, anyone still watching it on TV is missing out on the picture-in-picture commentary that comes with Max or Triller. Or it's brilliant. Why would you watch it on cable?
It's great. It is fantastic. Like, I mean, for me, I run everything through my PlayStation, so I don't have an aerial or anything. I also live in Mexico, so I VPN it as well.
Oh, country.
But yeah, it's a great country. But yeah, to me, viewing figures make no difference. I still watch it through Triller because that's just what I've found to be easiest. And yeah, like I don't care however many other hundreds of thousands watch it. Works for me. So
exactly, I don't give a fuck. It's like could be like 7 million people.
Be accurate with those numbers. It ain't hundreds of thousands. It's millions upon millions of AEW fans watching Wednesday night on Max. That is a proven fact by that guy. Yeah,
this guy we want to believe because it's funny.
Exactly. I wasn't expecting that. No, how can I say? I knew the reaction would be a little sad and just pathetic, but on this level, like, what the fuck? This is the part where we're supposed to say go outside and touch some grass, but what did the grass do to deserve their company?
No, stay inside, touch ass. Do not come outside.
Yeah.
There's nothing for you out there.
The thing is, some of the same people who were in them fucking, the therapy sessions that you're talking about, they're now putting out tweets with like fake, financial breakdowns where they've clearly just made the fucking numbers up. Like, what the fuck?
So shit. I'd also just moving on to more light-hearted subjects. I'd like to introduce the mascot of the Group Chat Wrestling podcast. This is Luna. Luna is a boy. He's a big fan of Will Ospreay. Can confirm this actually. Every time he's on the screen, he jumps on my lap.
He's amazing. Tell him I said, pss, pss, you'll know what it means.
He will. Yeah, he will absolutely know what he means. So, anyway, well, we had a great weekend of wrestling, didn't we, lads and ladettes?
It was
We
fantastic.
did indeed.
We did.
Yeah. Elephant in the Room was like a double weekender of good friends of the podcast, TNT.
Oh yes, it was amazing.
So yeah, how many of us were there? Was it Lucy, Andy, and Mike? Nobody else went from the pod, but that's it. Is that right?
Yeah, but
I don't know.
yeah, Gav and Dale went, and they've not been on the podcast, but good friends and that, aren't they? So, but no, it was great. It was really good. It was a hell of an event. Some great little surprises and some fantastic wrestling.
Excellent. And it's the same, correct me if I'm wrong, like it's the same sort of format that it was like the end of last year when they did like the matinee show, which is a bit more family friendly, and then they did the main show, which was a bit more of a bloodbath, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, we have the ignition, which is the kind of daytime. Jay, like I think we said this previously, but Jay described it as he wants him to be more on a level playing field now. Originally, it was the up and comers, the less experienced guys on the ignition show, but now he wants it to be more level, kind of like a Raw and SmackDown. That's the way he described it, and you can see that with the talent that he's kind of filtering across to both now. And we had one of the matches we had there was a unification match for the women's title between the ignition and the TNT title. So it was good. But no, it was great. It was a really good event. The daytime had a few surprises, and then the evening one was just a bloodbath from start to finish. It was fantastic.
It was absolutely incredible. My first time there. I think I still got light tube dust in my lungs, but absolutely worth it. Yeah, I didn't think it felt like the daytime one was a B show at all. It was fantastic.
No,
the women's scramble was amazing.
It doesn't anymore. Like, I mean, I think that's I think that's what Jay was getting at, is that he's tried to change it from that now to make it more of two kind of equal footing shows. It's just that one, kids are kind of, it's suitable for kids. The evening one, you're not really supposed to take kids. I would, but what's a bit of blood and light tubes? But
you shouldn't have taken me. I was struggling, but I was hiding behind people by the end.
These kids got to see it.
I'm not built for this.
These kids got to see it sometimes, man. Come on, life is blood and light tubes and light tube dust in the lungs. They can't coddle these kids all the time, man. You gotta let them live, man. Let them get a little.
Yeah, they were not impressed with my pineapple. If you've, I don't know if you've watched the show back, anyone that was there, but the commentary was not impressed with the pineapple offering either. No, they were like, who buys a pineapple for a death match? But then they said they decided that the fan, me, had guessed the stipulation months ago and had grown the pineapple specially for the death match, which makes it even sadder when they just chucked it out of the ring. That was Piney's big moment, and
they really thought you grew the pineapple.
Yeah.
I guess the stipulation months and months ago, I grew a pineapple in the northwest of England somehow.
Under the sea?
Yeah. Aye, Captain. I grew that. But they didn't want it.
So I remember there was a shot. I remember there was a video shot of the pineapple sort of on like the apron skirt bit. Was it next to the group chat logo on the mat as well?
No,
that would have been perfect.
It was a different mat because it was DOA and it was all death matches. It was an old mat they used because you could see it had been stitched up a few times. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
But no, it was like I'm hopefully, it should be back for the next event in May. What's the one in May?
Use that mat again.
What's that? Oh, going up big time, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, going up big time. May 30th.
Yeah. So what are you saying?
I was going to say, there's no way they can use that mat again. It was completely fucked.
Yeah, well, it looked like it'd been sewn a few times. It's probably got a few more gashes in it now with the with all what was going on there. But no, it was great, and we had some, towards the end we had some teasers for what's to come. But yeah, should we run down the card or?
Yeah, give it that one. Give us the scoop.
The first, sorry, I'm itching this fucking mask. Don't know how these fucking wrestling days, honestly. It's the heat in Mexico. It's fucking, it's wrecking me.
You travelled a long way to get to Liverpool. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I got straight back. I needed to hit
I
some
heard it's muy
shares.
caliente down there.
Yeah. And
Mm.
yeah, the first match was Gareth Kelly from the Bad Boy Chiller crew with a mystery partner against FTM, and the mystery partner turned out to be RPD. It was a decent match. It mostly played around the fact that Critchy got injured, and I actually thought he was injured. I don't know about you guys. I thought he really did. Like, the way he landed looked ropey. And then,
Yeah, I bet.
yeah, no, I thought he was done. And then,
Yeah, I believe that until later on, obviously, when
yeah, I thought he was done, and he kind of hobbled off, and they'd lost. And it was like, it felt more like, oh, we better get him out of here. We'll just end the match. So I thought that, I actually was sold on that. So fair play if he was fine. It was a cracking fucking settle the injury. Then we had the Tom Thelwell against Scott Oldman. Did they have like two matches? Because he went, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
go again. And were they all? But I can't remember now. Were they both DQs?
no, was it not a double? I'm trying to remember now.
No,
Was it not a double
first one
pin?
was DQ. No, that was later in
That
the
was the
day.
later.
So the
I think it was a
first time
DQ.
Scott got DQ'd, and then I think was it a roll up?
I think the referee reversed it though, didn't he, for unsportsman
Oh yeah,
conduct
yeah,
or
yeah,
something?
yeah.
Yeah. So and then he reversed it and gave the victor. So basically, Thelwell won both, even though it was a pretty much a 5 minute domination from Oban. That's clearly gonna play into something down the line. It was good though. It was it I didn't expect it to end when it did. I thought Thelwell was gonna at least get into the match at some point, but it was just a one-way domination, wasn't it? Absolutely destroyed him.
Yeah. Big fan of
And
Scott.
yeah, no, he's really good, isn't he? He's on tomorrow night at Atomic in Liverpool. Obviously, got a long flight as soon as I finish this to get over there from Mexico. BBC, if you're listening. And yeah, so the next one was the men's level up briefcase scrum, which essentially it's a fucking Money in the Bank, but you know I hate Money in the Bank, but whatever. And this was the one where we had Bullets, Jimmy Jackson, Joe Kessler, uh, Lewis Johnson, who is the Limb Reaper, and Nay and Shreddy. Sorry. And then there was a surprise extra entrant, which was Critchy. Which this is where it got a bit confusing because I was like, what's he doing? Like, he's clearly injured, and he kind of hobbled to the ring, and I thought he was just going to get battered straight away, or it was going to be a return of, Liam Carr or something, and he didn't, and he just kind of hobbled around the sides of the ring for the entire match. And we had all these guys going on at each other, measured the ring, see how far it moved. When Bullet was hitting the ropes, it was probably a good 30 centimeters, probably
Bullet.
more. I don't know. I just think the camera was a bit wrong. Bullet was, honestly, when Bullet hits these ropes, that ring completely shifts into another fucking time. It's just fucking insane. The guy's an absolute unit. And him and Shreddy going at it as well together. Fucking hell. And yeah, no, it was a really, really good. What, like the moment that sticks out, it's probably going to be the same for all of you, but the moment that stuck out for me was when I'm focused on the stuff in the ring with Bullets and Shreddy, and the next thing I see people looking up on the other balcony across from us, and Jimmy Jackson was he was with Critchy, I can't remember now, but he was on the balcony fighting with Critchy, and it wasn't AJ, was it? I can't remember anyway. And the next thing, they clear a bit of space down at the bottom, and Jimmy Jackson does a fucking dive off the fucking balcony. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
we'd missed that
Yes.
completely because we were on the opposite balcony having a little bullet party at that point, I think. And then all of a sudden over there, everyone's going, oh shit.
I know, so I'm like, and them lights are in the way, so I'm like ducking down, trying to see what's going on. I was like, he's not going to jump from there. He's not jumping. No, he's not jumping from there. And then sure enough, he does. I thought he was going to do a handstand maneuver again, like last time. Walk around the ring on his fucking hands or something. But no, now he's doing a dive. What's he going to do next? But no, it was good. And then, it ended with Critchy stealing a win after Bullets and Shreddy were pretty much dominating. And yeah, Critchy hung around the ring. Typical heel shit, and he hung around the ring, faking an injury, dived in at the last minute, got the roll up with the seconds to go, and yeah, Critchy's got the briefcase, and we had a great you son of a bitch type moment with Shreddy and Bullet. They little bit of a face off, looked at each other, looked at the crowd. Shall we? Crowd like yes, and they did the
It was a
old
tag team chant, wasn't it?
yes.
I think that.
So now we've got whatever they're going to be called. We had a few suggestions of names, haven't we? Shredded Meat
Mhm.
was one of them.
I like that
Shredded
one.
Heat was another one.
Ooh.
To
Reddit
be fair,
Heat. I like that.
they were all shredded. So, and Shreddy's got the best of that because we couldn't fit Bullet into any of the names. But whatever. Bullet's fucking class, man. Bullet got a great reception. We were all cheering for him to win, but he didn't. So yeah, I did have a little cry at that point. But I didn't have long to cry because we then had the women's briefcase match, which was fantastic. If don't you do you want to talk about this then, Lucy? Since you said that was the one you're most excited about.
Uh, I, yeah, I think it stole the show for me. I just want to say that the scramble, Lana Austin and Holly Balor, clearly wrestling soulmates, and she'll be best friends and tag team partners forever. Well, she's playing
Well,
hard to get, but like,
she fucked her over today, didn't she, with the April Fool?
I think I would like to put it out there right now, Lana, Holly, if you come on the podcast, we'll do a little bit of matchmaking. We'll work things out. We'll do some couples counseling for them, and we'll get them together where they belong because they're meant to be. They're a match made in heaven.
They have to tag, don't they, at some point?
They do.
They have
They
to.
absolutely do. That stole the show for me. The women's scramble, and it was those two
You,
that.
you, it was great. They were all great. We had who do we have? We had
There was
Alexis
Lily
Falcon.
Winter.
Lily
Yeah,
Winter.
as a
Alexis
surprise,
Falcon
wasn't
was the
it? She
surprise.
replaced
Rio,
Rio,
because of
who
the
was
Fed.
doing a
Fuck the
tryout.
Fed. Yes, no, yes, I'm not really. I know I'm not really joking. Fuck the Fed. But yeah, Rio did a tryout. Really hope she's successful.
Well, actually, I believe she also showed up on SmackDown
She
as well.
was
Yes.
with
I think
I've seen
she
a
did
picture of her with
a
an Uso
I believe
thing.
she was a did she play security guard if I'm correct?
A medic or something, wasn't it?
A medic was
Yeah,
it?
medical
Yeah.
professional.
To be
It's weird
fair,
because I think like the security and the medics like they all have the kind of the same uniform, so it's hard to like tell them apart
yeah,
a little
she's
bit.
fucking
But
brilliant. She's
oh no,
incredible.
yeah, absolutely,
Do you
I've seen
see
her in
much of she?
costume.
Yeah. Oh man, she's excellent. So, like, as much as we say fuck the Fed, but no, I hope she's successful and
Oh, they'd be
gets
lucky
the
to have her, honestly. She's one of the
yeah.
best in. I'll die on the hill. She's one of the best in the world.
Yeah,
She
I
is.
just
Absolutely
want to
love
Yeah,
just
Rio.
100%.
get a word in edgeway just really here. Yeah, Rio is one of the best women's wrestlers that I've had the pleasure of seeing live. She smashed it with Lizzie Evo at one show I went to at the end of last year. Can't sing enough praises about her. So if she is, on their radar, which seems to be the case, then they're lucky to have her. Fuck the Fed, but
Yeah.
don't waste the chance you've got with this, very talented lady. She's
Yeah,
I
when
brilliant.
just
they're
hope
looking
it.
at her and Derice, I think was the other one that they said they were interested
Yeah.
in. So yeah,
Yeah, and
if
Luke Jacobs was there as well, man.
Luke, yeah, they're not stupid. They can see talent.
Yeah, and I think
So I think
Can they?
Doris has already appeared on TNA a couple
Yeah,
times
Yeah.
now.
yeah, because Slater's
yeah.
on there, isn't he?
The
So
the talent pool's fucking insane, to be honest. So like, as much as I'm not a big fan of what the Fed do and the way they're trying to destroy everybody else, whatever. If these wrestlers can get paid, they fucking deserve everything they can get
yeah,
because an injury could happen tomorrow and then the fuck, do you know what I mean? So I really kind of hope she gets paid by these fuckers.
I think the more companies that are successful, the better. Whether you like them or we don't,
Oh,
having the
100%,
options
yeah.
there it's always brilliant for talent and for fans as well. The more competition there is, the better the show will be.
But anyway, fuck the Fed. We didn't actually mean to go on to fuck the Fed, but we also had Holly Barlow, as we said, Lee Raven, and Lucy Lee, and they were all excellent. It was a great match. I believe Alexis Falcon lost a tooth, did she?
Yeah, she posted on Twitter that one of her teeth had come out, but they'd managed to fix it or something. It was attached to something,
Don't
or I
know.
don't.
Yeah, they managed
Yeah,
to
she did.
salvage
She
it.
did leave pretty sharpish.
It was a great match though. I wonder if because it's not necessarily a title shot at the world title, is it? They can pick whatever title they
Oh,
want. So in my fancy book and head, Jay, talk sense, mate, fellow Mortal Kombat fan. I believe that what she should do is use it eventually to take a shot at the experience for the tag titles
Ooh, great shout.
with Holly Barlow, obviously,
Yes,
rather than going
please.
for a world title. Because the world title, like as we get on to, the world title's got other fucking things going on. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be It's gonna be gone for a while, and I don't think she wants a piece of Emerson Jane's Extreme. Well, that's a spoiler, but anyway, and Emerson Jane's. Well, I say a
You,
spoiler. It's been on.
you think that
People
she
probably
doesn't
watched
want
it.
a piece, or that she's not ready yet?
I wouldn't want any fucking darts through my cheeks, to be honest. No matter how ready I was.
Yeah, it doesn't strike me as a deathmatch wrestler. As
No,
much as I love
she,
Lana, and
she's
I
fucking
still say
brilliant.
it.
Did you see her with the kids at the start? Like she's going around and the kids are putting their hands out
Oh,
to
I'm just
kind of,
like,
and she's like, yeah.
love her.
No, it was great. The interaction between her and Holly Barlow was on show all the way through. There's clearly something there. It's got to happen. And yet, no, it was fantastic. And then we went on to with the one we were just talking about, the women's title match. It was Session Moth against Lucy Sky. It's a decent match. Ended with a draw. Surprised by that. I thought they would have. I was expecting one to walk away as a unified champ, but if anyone listened to us chatting with Jay, he did say that Lucy Sky wants to do some death matches now, and yeah, that's exactly how it ended. Ended in a draw. Lucy Sky wants a rematch. But in a death match, which it's a strange stipulation that for Martina, isn't it? So we'll see how that one turns out. Looking forward to that one already.
Yes, very much so.
It was a good match. It was a good match, but I was shocked by the fact that it was a draw, and then Lucy Sky saying, "Yeah, we'll go again, but I want it in a death match." It's fucking great. So we're getting a unification match, a unification death match now. So, but that's what I mean. So that kind of frees up, Lana and Holly Barlow to go for the tag team titles. That's what I want anyway. Let's go.
Are they experienced the TNT tag champs or women's tag champs,
Yeah.
or is it?
I think that unless my mind's
The
gone
women's
crazy,
tag
which
champs, yeah.
yeah, because I mean I am ill with this flu that's going around Mexico. I'm assuming they are still. Nothing's changed, has it? I mean, I've not missed a fucking day, have I, with this?
You know what
No, no,
they
no,
call
no.
they call the flu in Mexico?
Don't know.
Elf flu.
Fuck.
Every day is a
Yeah.
school day on the Group Chat Wrestling podcast.
Oh yeah,
We
Well,
learned about
that's-
this.
I've learned
I
more
learned
today
that
than
bit of Spanish from Sammy Guevara. Remember Sammy Guevara used to do his little Spanish bits back in early Dynamite? He would just put the word L in front of everything.
That's as legit as it gets, really, isn't it? I suppose.
Hey,
it's the third most spoken language in the world, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah,
yeah.
fuck the Gulf of America. And then we moved on to the main event for Ignition, which was the title match, the men's title match. MVK beat Joseph Connors. I think we expected that, to be honest, and it was a solid match. It wasn't anything amazing. I've seen both do better, but no, it was solid enough. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I think
I agree.
Go on, Matt. You've not said much.
I just wanted a minute to blow my nose.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I agree with Andy. I thought it was a solid match. I think it was always going to be hard for that match to main event in an event with two scramble matches, just by the nature of the chaos of those sort of multi-person matches. But I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. Right person won, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
Only one person should be MVK, and we all know that's Bullet.
100%. Big fans of Bullets, if nobody's guessed.
Yeah, there was a little
And
party going up on the balcony. If any of you watch the show, you will see us up on the balcony having a little boogie and a chant.
that is a dope setup. Like when I see you guys go to those shows, I have never I've been to house shows out here in the States in New York, but we never like an interesting setup like that. Kind of like I don't want to say like chandelier like setups, but like what are those like hanging? What
the
are those
lights.
hanging from the?
Fuck the
It's like
lights.
like strobe
Fuck
light
the lights.
fixtures kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, it's an interesting setup though. I like the yeah, like the second deck like balcony over watching the ring. Like that's a cool dope setup. Like it would be dope like when I do come out there in August for Forbidden Door, if there's like any local shows during the week, like and that I would definitely love to attend.
Oh, I'm sure there will be, mate, because in the 2 nights before Forbidden Door, Rev Pro are doing the anniversary shows, I believe.
Yeah.
They're doing 2 nights,
I'll be
one
at
on the
those.
Riot,
Friday
Riot,
and the one on the
Riot
Saturday.
Cabaret as well on the Friday.
Yeah,
Progress usually
Riot
does a
Cabaret would be the
Monday.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pro Wrestling Ceasefire on the Thursday, I think.
Yeah.
And
I imagine
yeah,
Progress would do something as well. If they
they
yeah,
do
usually do a
something in the
Monday,
ball.
don't they?
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
if they do something at the ballroom, Brett, obviously I'll talk about this in a bit, but yeah, if they do something at the ballroom, like that's the space, like you get like a similar sort of experience when you're like you're on the balcony, but you're also like on the same level as like the light fixtures, and you're
Yeah.
pretty close to the action. It's pretty, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it
a
sounds
great
interesting.
setup, mate. The lights are fucking. We'll get onto the lights, but the lights, like we said for ages, them lights, they're a great visual, but fucking hell, they don't. You see a lot. Like I remember Leon Slater in there against. Who was he against? He was against Driller and
Thriller and
fuck, it was Connor Mills, and it was a cracking match. And Leon Slater, every time he's going up on them ropes, he was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake," having to check. And there's a few times where we've been like getting chance, fuck the lights going, and then you can see the guys looking up and being like, "Yeah." But no, it's a great setup. Atmosphere in there,
Are they
fantastic.
like low enough? Like, let's say if they're jumping from the top rope, that they might actually hit the lights or something like
Oh
that.
yes, yes, they
Oh,
are.
all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yeah. 'Cause I always saw like the videos and photos. I'm like, yo, like those lights look very fucking low. Like, are they gonna hit their head or legs when
Yeah.
they're doing like flipping or whatever in midair? Like,
Yeah.
shit.
There've been times when
Bubbly
Slater,
Blue.
for example, has like done his jump from the ring to the outside where he's either clipped it directly or
Yeah.
very nearly clipped the lights, and you almost like watching it with bated breath, going like, "Oh no, don't!" Just
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was. I think in the last show, I think Man Like the Reese clipped him as well. Um,
I don't think
yeah,
anyone clatted them this time. There was some came close, but
I think there was a couple of
there's no
slight
second
knocks, but
rope.
yeah, nothing major. Well, apart from the one we'll talk about, and yeah, it was. No, it's great. They like I think Jake said he reminded him of the Mortal Kombat lights and the Mortal Kombat spikes in the ceiling. So ever since he said that, I'm watching it, expecting someone to hit an uppercut and just fire someone straight into them lights. Haven't had one yet,
Nice.
but
Mortal
I'm sure
Kombat
someone will do.
2-esque. Yes.
Yeah, someone will do it
Hmm.
eventually. But no, that finished Ignition, so we all went off and got some food, had a couple of drinks, waiting for the meet and greet, and then we went in and DOA kicked off. We had a chat with a couple of wrestlers there. Had a pitch with Drew Parker, bought some merch, and I did
Yeah,
ask him
I
if he'd
bought a
come on the
Tate Mayfairs
podcast.
t-shirt and he told me to stay away from his wife.
He invited us to the wedding, didn't he?
He
He
didn't. He
was.
didn't bloody invite me.
He said, "You all come to the wedding," and it took me a second to be like, "Oh fuck yeah, it's thing." But no, yeah, it was great. Should we run through DOA? Yeah,
Yeah, man,
Yeah, we'll do
go
a quick
for it.
one.
it was. First match was fans bring their weapons, and it was Clint Margera against Aspen Fate. Um, yeah, that was the one where he didn't use the pineapple. He didn't use the table that fucking Gav spent forever putting together, which was actually an ironing board with tacks in it, which was a
Yeah.
shame.
What?
But
Somebody
he,
brought a cushion, like a,
Oh
a
my
I
pillow.
God.
know, what was that about? But he did use the bacon trays that Gav bought.
Yeah.
Got a
We
couple of
never
great
saw the
scraps in
bamboo
there.
poles
Yeah.
though, did we?
I know, I don't know what the fuck happened with them. I
That we
would have
went to
bought them
Home
more
Bargains
bargains,
for
yeah.
weapons and sweets and
We made a load of fucking foam airplanes with
yeah, because
tacks
you lot
in.
were up on the balcony sellotape and thumbtack, like
Yeah.
drawing pins to them.
Hmm.
I threw one down
Do
and
you
then
like
one of us.
feel like thumbtacks on the front of the plane? Like,
Yeah.
bam,
That's
right
what they were
between
doing.
your
I
We
had
eyes.
my
did.
glasses on, so I was safe, but
No,
Hmm.
I threw one down
bunch
and
of
it just
yobbos.
went to the side. Someone picked it up and just fucked off with it. And then they came up and we were like, "Can we use these?" And he goes, "No." And then took them away. And then fucking you asked Jay, didn't you, Mike? And he was like, "Yeah, yeah." Or Gav asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, you should have just fucking threw them down."
But
Um,
full disclosure, they were Paw Patrol cardboard airplanes
yeah, it's
that you'd
overdue
bought that
size.
came with lollipops.
Oh God.
I didn't have any lollipops. I don't know where they went. We
I
probably used
ate
them as
3
weapons.
lollipops.
They missed the golden opportunity with the pineapple. Like, just imagine that viral moment they could have created. Like, listen, a well thrown or well hit pineapple on depending on your head, like that's a knockout shot.
There's a reason I took a pineapple. I'm not the sort of person that would usually take a pineapple to a death match, but I put a poll on Twitter of like, if you were going, what would you take? And like an idiot, I put a joke answer in. I was like, fuck it, a pineapple. And of course, everyone decided to vote for it. So I'm nothing if not a woman of my word. people have spoken, so Piney got his moment in the spotlight.
It was a good match, though. It was great to see
Yeah.
Margera back, and it was very violent, very bloody.
Which
So that
set the tone for the evening.
it did. It did. Like the only thing with DOA is it by the end you're almost desensitized to the death matches because you've just had death match, death match. Whereas in the other shows, it's like the death match is its own. Like we'll have kind of normal wrestling for one of the words, and then the death match is like a spectacle in between, and then you go back to like they'll change the mat back and go back to a normal match, but it's DOA, so it's a one-off, isn't it? But it's no, that was good. It was good to see Majera back, and then we had the rodeo death match, Ricky Shane Page against Tim Strange. The moment that sticks out in that match to me was the Brandon iron that Ricky Shane
I
Page.
hid behind Mike for that. I could not watch.
He put some lighter fluid on a Brandon iron and held it out to the side, and someone lit it. And
Yeah, but then they couldn't get it to. They couldn't get it to go out. They had to run backstage with it because they were on the outside, like fuck. And...
But they branded the side of Tim Strange's head, which is
shit.
That was a knockout if anything
Wow.
was. Tim Strange was bleeding like fuck. It was great. But in that match, this is the one. In that match, Ricky Shane Page goes up onto the ropes, on the turnbuckle. He's up on, and we're going, fuck their lights, watch their lights, watch. And he looks up, and he grabs a light, and then dives down and twats Tim Strange over the head. And we were like, what the fuck has just happened? And then it's only after looking back that it was a plant. They'd hooked the fucking light tube in with all the rest of the lights, and you can see it now when you look back. But it was genius. Such a fucking genius moment because no one seen that coming. No one was there examining the lights before the fucking match. And so when he cracked them with that, the crowd just fucking lost the shit. It was brilliant. The two of them were great in that match. Ricky Shane Page is fucking fantastic. It was a fucking honor to see him. And yeah, that was great. But then we went on to the father versus son match. This is a man that electrocuted his father last week at an event, and so the crowd were chanting. No, he came out to Electric Avenue, which is fucking great. And then the crowd were chanting, to fucking get the battery and that. Like,
we want batteries, fuck the sun. Yeah. It was. They actually used the other weapon that I brought in that match, the bondage to the tape that I brought in that match.
Is that the one when he taped him? Yeah.
That was my was my tape that he taped him to the rope with. So that was my claim to fame for that match. Again, I was struggling to watch. I wasn't desensitized yet. I was like, oh no. But there was a girl that I was talking to on the balcony. It was her first wrestling match, and she didn't know they were father and son. I told her, and she just looked at me and she went, "Fuck off." It's like,
it's funny because after the match, I think it was Gav that said he went down to get a pint, and he was there, Iceman, getting a beer, and he's like, "Oh, that was great." He goes, "I'm having 2 beers, and my son's just tried to kill me twice," but it was a great match. There was one moment in that was fucked up. He had a barbed wire chair, because that was a barbed wire match. Sorry, that was a barbed wire death match, and he had a chair covered in barbed wire, and his dad's on the back. Was he stuck in the ropes? That's when he taped him. Sorry, yeah. And then he's twatting him on the back, but as he's hitting him with the chair, I don't know why I'm doing that because you can't see my hands, honestly. But he's hitting him with the chair, and then as the chair's hitting him, he's dragging it back over his back, pulling the barbed wire through his back.
So he's hitting, but it's not just coming back. He's hitting and he's like dragging that bitch on his back.
Oh yes, and it's his dad for fuck's sake. What the fuck happened? Did he not give him enough pocket money or something like? Fucking
not his wrestling dad, his actual dad.
Yeah, fucking Listen, Santa Claus didn't give him anything off his list.
Listen, when you get a father-son death match, that should be the standard going forward for long-term storytelling right there.
Ray and Dominic, up your game.
Yeah, like that's child's play. That's fucking kindergarten right there. Now that you want to set your son straight, you hit him with a barbed wire steel chair and you drag that son bitch on his back. I guarantee you he won't slap your daughter again or slap his sister again. He'll learn that lesson the right fucking time.
He'll tidy his fucking bedroom. Because didn't they have a belt spot as well in that match that was just brutal?
It
Yeah,
went past that, yeah.
it was just a belt like yeah, that Mania match. Yeah, it was just a belt spot. Like yeah, it was I mean,
Oh, this
listen.
this went past that. He had a
Oh
fucking
yeah.
like a barbed wire fucking whip, wasn't it?
Fuck
Yeah.
And then
me.
he's fucking they're doing the
My
same
God.
afterwards. Like fucking pull it back. Like oh yeah, no, it was gruesome. There was
I'll
blood
take the
everywhere.
belt to I'll take the belt to ass any day of the week over that
Yeah,
shit. God damn.
it was you know it was a great match. The two of them were fantastic. I would watch like all of these. The few I hadn't seen or heard of, they're on my radar now because they were brilliant. And one of whom was in this next one, which is the one everyone wanted to know. What the fuck is this? The Snap, Crackle, and Pop death match. This was
Yeah, tell me what the fuck was that? First
Please
off, tell
do.
me, were there Rice Krispies involved in this match?
there was.
What?
It looked like there was something that looked like Rice
Uh,
Krispies attached to a bacon tray that they were hitting him with.
All right, I would
I
hope
don't,
so, man. Because like, first off, that's perfect branding opportunity right there. Like, that's a
I don't
sponsorship
think
in the
Kellogg's.
making.
I don't think Kellogg's want a part of this, mate.
Oh, come on. It's
Fucking
2025. You got to find new ways to fucking advertise your product, man. You got to.
fucking Domino's fucking shit the bed when Nick Gage had a pizza cutter. There's no way
did.
Kellogg's don't want
It got the
kids here.
people talking, so it worked in a sense. I mean, what the fuck do you
Kellogg's
want?
ain't gonna want them three little fucking elves or whatever the fuck they are hitting each other with fucking glass and the rest of the stuff that was in this, which was a
I don't know.
firework,
If they
which
did
we
that,
did
I'd actually
predict.
buy Kellogg's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shit.
To be fair,
I
I would
would.
as
I'd
well.
upgrade from my Aldi knockoff version and buy the real shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Aldi might actually. They should have used Aldi stuff. Maybe they did use Aldi stuff. But the
Anyway.
no, but anyway, yeah, the rest of the snap cup, it was light tubes, which we expected, and it was a firework or two fireworks, one that didn't go off, but there were fireworks that were strapped to a chair. And I've got a video of this. Well, I say a video. It's one of them live photos, so it's a mini video. And fucking hell, I'll send it you, but you should watch it on Twitter anyway. Um, your man, Aiton Steen, he's on my radar now. He was fucking brilliant. Tomby was sticking, I think it were tattoo needles in his forehead, and then he stuck them in his chest, and he's carried on wrestling while he's got these fucking tattoo needles hanging like dangling down out of his fucking chest. And then, but then he gets fucking slammed onto this fucking chair that's got a fucking lit firework going off. It was fucking nuts.
And light
Yeah,
tubes.
yeah, it was.
Don't forget the light tubes.
Oh, we had loads of light tubes. We put fucking
all,
hell. I mean,
all of this makes it makes the Moxley spike spot sound very
Oh, yes.
fucking tame.
Very
it really
tame.
Oh
does,
man,
mate.
it was so
Holy
tame.
shit.
It really does. But no, yeah, fuck. So he gets slammed onto a fucking chair with a firework on, and that was pretty much the end of that match. But honestly, I can't describe it well enough. You need to watch it. It was so fucking good. And then we went straight on to the fucking semis. Like I thought they'd have had a break, but they went straight into the semis. Then we had the log cabin death match, and that was Clint Majera against Jack Harrop, the fella who'd beaten his dad to death with some barbed wire. It wasn't that long a match, but it was very violent. Was that the one when they used a plant pot, or was that?
When it
Was
all
that
just
the?
shattered, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
He sticks a plant pot over his head and then cracks him, and the plant pot just fucking.
Well, like he took
Yeah.
the plant pot and just like Looney Tunes, just bam right
Oh,
over the head.
no, the guy's your man's like fucking dazed, and he puts a plant pot on his head, and
Oh,
then he
okay.
hits him in the fucking head,
Oh, okay.
and the
Gotcha.
plant pot.
I thought you meant he hit him and then he had like the little thing pop up out of his head.
Yeah, that's
like
what
the bump.
that's what I was thinking of Looney Tunes, like when they hit the pot over the head and then on the head. Like after you hit the potted plant, like and then the little sunflower's just in the head right there.
No, there was
Yeah,
no
that-
flour in it. It was just the
The
pot.
sh-
It wasn't
No,
like
no, you know
mixed
what?
the plant
I'm just
vibes. It was-
my
yeah.
my over creative mind. Like that would be an awesome visual in
It
a
wasn't
wrestling
one
match.
of the. It wasn't one of the flowers from Mario or anything like.
I
It
gotcha.
didn't like make him go big or throw
Mm.
fireballs and stuff.
Mm.
Like that would have been good for the death match, to be honest. But no, and then we went on to the next match, which was Ricky Shane Page against Tomby. One of the moments in this, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Was when he was actually trying to tattoo Ricky Shane Page.
Oh,
He pours tattoo ink over him and then gets all his tattoo needles and then starts fucking hammering him on his fucking arm. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Does he have any background as a tattoo artist?
I assume so because he's covered in fucking tattoos. I'd like Tomby's another one I didn't know much of, but now he's on my radar. Very impressed and very violent. Fucking so many light tubes got smashed over everyone. That was the Pits of Pain one. So was it carpet grippers and shit in that one? I can't remember
Yeah,
now.
might have been that one.
Yeah.
But was there was like trays of glass and shit, wasn't there, around the ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, like trays of crushed glass and stuff like that. It was mad. And one spot I forgot, which is did make it is a great clip. The Steen zombie match. He had him upside down on the ropes, his head pissing with blood, and he got a shot glass. Filled the shot glass up with blood. Left it.
No.
Now,
Left
they
it.
announced him as
What?
being from Sunnydale, California, for like older fans. You know, that's where Buffy the Vampire Slayer was set. So obviously, this guy is a he's a vampire. The crowd started chanting, "He's a vampire," and he's there with a shot glass. Like,
And like he didn't
Oh
do a
my
hangman and spit
God.
it out. He literally just fucking swallowed it.
no,
Allowed a little bit to drip down his face.
My
And he was like,
down in
God.
what's
one.
going on?
She would make Hangman blush.
Honestly, it was
Bloody
fucking
hell.
insane. And yeah, so I'll just go straight to the final. The final was Ricky Shane Page beating Clint Majera. It was very brutal.
That
The end.
spot with the tables made out of light tubes.
Yeah,
I know they
but
struggled to get to stand up, but then
the end sequence was what got me that bit because like it was literally like when you watch it, Ricky Shane Page is just taking light tube after light tube, and he's getting up and going, "Come on!" And he's swatting him again, and he must have been hit with like 20 light tubes, and then he gets put through a table made of light tubes, and it finishes with him hitting a DDT on Clint Majera onto the fucking all the crushed light tubes, and it was fucking great. Ricky Shane Page was fantastic. It was a hell of a showing to have for the two of them to have 3 matches in such a short space of time, like death matches as well. I mean, the two of them went through the fucking ringer. They all did, but yeah, so much fucking respect for them fellas. It was fucking brilliant. In between that, we did have a great moment when sorry, I'm just trying to fucking find my nose. Fucking nose is dripping here. This Mexico fucking heat. And in between that, we had randomly Tate Mayfairs comes out with a fucking clipboard, starts walking around the fucking I was gonna say the arena, it's not an arena, around the nightclub, asking people to sign a petition to ban deathmatch wrestling. And like we're all watching deathmatch wrestling, so we're like, we're not gonna fucking sign this. What's going on? And then Aaron signs it. Aaron's chanting, cheering on all that, and we were like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, oh yeah, fuck off, yeah. I'm like, you've just fucking signed that, So,
At first,
But
I'm like,
anyway.
what a spot to like bring the clipboard out, have people sign like
it was
to
great.
ban deathmatch. Like this is the end of the show. Like he didn't do it in the beginning, the
Oh no,
middle.
it was
He
in the middle.
waits.
No, it was in the middle. Sorry, mate. It was in the middle. This.
Oh,
He
in the
came out
middle.
in the
Okay, so
middle.
he said between. All right,
Yeah,
gotcha.
no. I just ran through the death matches
All
there
right,
for you.
all right.
But like, no, in the middle, I'd say it was the middle, wasn't it? And he just comes out, belt round, obviously walking like a proud champion because he is the most legitimate world champion in wrestling. And he's walking around, clipboard in one hand, belt over his shoulder, telling everyone that, explaining to everyone that he needs to ban deathmatch wrestling. It's not good for anybody. And will they sign a petition? I think in the end he got it ripped up, didn't he, by everybody, every other
that
person
was
he mentioned.
later on. They threw it into the crowd because everyone's having a
Mhm.
great time, and then here comes fucking Tate Fun Sponge Mayfairs. At the
Sounds
end,
like
this is the end of the show as well. He came back out to ruin the evening for everybody, and yeah, they
He's-
threw
sounds
him into
like
the crowd.
sounds like TNT's version of the right to censor.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Mhm.
he's so fucking good though. He's great, and like he was gonna go downstairs, and I looked down and went, he was in fucking Uganda, and he looked up at us and came straight up with the clipboard, and yeah, none of us signed it, apart from Aaron. It's a fucking strange thing to be enjoying deathmatch wrestling and want it banned, but whatever. So that was a great little moment. But then in between we had Drew Park and Emerson Jane, which was fucking incredible. Uh, Loads of darts through cheeks. Fucking, it was a bloody mess. Light tubes aplenty. I think Drew Parker is the best deathmatch wrestler in the world for me, personally. Entertainment wise, I think he's fucking incredible. And Emerson Jane as well. Fucking hell, to see her in some of the other matches she has that are not deathmatch, and then see how she goes against Drew Parker and matches him every fucking step of the way. Fucking unreal. She's incredible.
She's one
Better
of the
better
best.
than Matt Cardona.
Just a bit, yeah.
She was
That sounds like it'd be a fun match.
Look, Matt Cardona played it as a fucking as a cowardly fucking death match, didn't he? Like he didn't want to do it, and he was great. His death match stuff was fantastic. I thought I really enjoyed it. These are guys who are enjoying, or they seem to be enjoying getting fucking hit with glass.
So he's more like on the Nick Gage level.
Oh, that would be the dream match, wouldn't it? Nick Gage, Drew Parker. Fucking hell, that would be the one.
No, for me, Nick Gage, Emerson. I was the only team Emerson up on that balcony. They were there with
Sorry.
fucking Welsh flags.
Yeah, well, that's going to say that's why Drew Park for me because he's from Wales and we had the Welsh flag on the back over the like the side, whatever. I think it might have been the wrong way around. I can't remember. And we were cheering for him, and everyone else was cheering for Emerson Jane, apart from about fucking four of us who were cheering for Drew Parker. But it was great. It was a great match, and it was an I quit match. She wouldn't quit. He had a handcuff to the ropes, hitting her with everything, blood everywhere, a darts in her cheeks, and I think he get a syringe out as well. I'm not sure. And
Yeah.
yeah, she wouldn't quit.
Yeah. And it was at the very end she managed to reverse the positions. He was against the rope. She was gonna get him right where it hurt and he quit. But what it did for me is you don't usually expect deep storytelling in death matches, but it genuinely had it. When she put Drew through the I don't know if anyone saw the last time, but she went through
Yeah.
some glass. It really hurt her.
That-
The match had to be finished early. Then she put him through the glass that had like taken her out the last time. It was absolutely beautiful. There was real deep storytelling in the match. It was fabulous. But yeah,
they've had
Team Emerson.
they've had a thing for a while, and it's the storyline's actually been great with the two of them. And essentially, like this was if she lost, she was gone from TNT. So her winning was the right call because you don't want to go from TNT. But it'd be interesting to see where they go with Drew now because I would imagine I'm guessing by the way it ended. I mean, they were quite friendly, but I'm guessing we're going to get Emerson Jane against Ricky Shane Page if they can do that because I don't know that the two of them like Ricky Shane Page has just won the DOA. Emerson Jane's the extreme champion. I don't know. I don't know if that's a possible match, but whatever. It was great. It was a fantastic match. Really enjoyed it. You should watch it. It was excellent. And the other one
Told
we
me
had.
on this. I'm gonna have a watch.
Oh, you should do, mate. The other one. I'm a huge fan of Leonardo Darwin. I think he's fucking incredible. He's a genius. And so we had Gain come out anyway. Gain come out because it was Gain facing up with Darwin. So Gain comes out, and he's he's in the ring. He's talking. We can't hear much of what he's saying. He's out there like Kane used to, and that was terrible. And then on the screen we get Leonardo Darwin as Paul Bearer, and he's giving it the old, Kane, you killed your parents in the fire. He's like, you killed your brother, cocaine. And he's in the air. He goes, cocaine is in the air. So we got a cocaine reference. So it's the same universe. And he goes, but you didn't kill your other brother, Michael Caine. And then fucking Leonardo Darwin comes out as Michael Caine. So he's basically Caine, but with a Michael Caine fucking mask, like just, and it's a bad mask. It's like essentially a paper mask, like he's taking a piss. And I'm spoiling it by telling you this because you should watch it.
You've got to though.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
He's in there and he's talking to. He's like, oh, father was, he was very bad to you when he learned that you're when he learned that you like men, he told you weren't supposed to blow the bloody boys off. And it was just like, the crowd were like, oh my god, fucking hell. And it was, and yeah, they had a spot where he said, my name is Michael Caine. It was good. Darwin is a fucking genius. He's brilliant. I can't wait to see more of him. I thought they were building to a match with Tate. Tate came out and gave him some shit, didn't he? And yeah, Darwin got the shit beaten out of him by Gain in the end. He kind of strolled off. And then when we got to the end, when Tate was out trying to ban deathmatch wrestling, we had Ricky Shane Page and Emerson Jane in the ring, both deathmatch champions. Tate comes out with his clipboard, and then the screen kicks off, and we get a promo for Trent Seven. So Trent Seven, Tate Mayfairs is the main event for the next one going off big time. Ooh. So that should be
Sounds
good.
Nice, man.
It's as soon as you could hear a voice, and as soon as he said, "There's one mountain you haven't conquered," I was like, "Oh, we knew straight away then what it was." And it was great. It was a hell of a show. TNT are brilliant, and it's not just like because they're a local show, and they are actually fucking brilliant. And everyone should go and watch them. It was great to see a few people in the Discord actually say that they hadn't really been TNT fans because we've banged on about them and kind of showcased a lot of the stuff with the chat with Jay and stuff, that they've actually got into it and they loved it and they're big fans now. it's that like I said on Twitter, that kind of stuff's fucking brilliant for me when you can kind of show someone or give some exposure to a promotion or a wrestler. We did it same with Ben when Ben was on. We had a lot of people saying they hadn't heard of Ben Bishop, but seemed like a great guy. Now they're going to follow him and stuff. Like if we can just give a little bit of exposure to people, that's fucking brilliant. I love that.
Yeah.
So the
Right.
fact that we did that with
Fully.
TNT, honestly, it was great, and I cannot wait for the next fucking show. I think it's going off big time. But is there a box park one in between? I can't remember. There might be.
Yeah, there's the Box Park charity event on the day of Retro.
Oh, is it on the day of
annoying.
Red Pro? Is it? Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
So
But anyway,
just going back to the Kane stuff really quickly, just gotta jump in. Like, were they influenced by that tweet thread that you started about all the Kanes? Because
I don't
I came
know.
back to that again the other day.
I
But
hope
that
so.
was,
I hope they are. I hope so. Look, if they were brilliant.
like Darwin comes out as
yeah.
Kane from, what was it, Final Fantasy or Soul Calibur
Yeah.
or whatever it was.
A fucking Kane, we get Kane Dingle from Soft Pro as well.
That's the one.
No, I hopefully we need the more Kanes in this universe, the better. Let's
Just not Glenn Jacobs, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just not that.
I'd say the
Not
more
the
Kanes
OG one.
in this universe, the better. And like obviously, if that Kane wasn't in this universe for whatever reason, like if he fell down the stairs and broke his
we have to
neck,
appropriately
I don't know.
screen the Canes as
Yeah,
they're coming in.
obviously.
Like you have the Glenn Jacobs meter. Like if they're up here, then it's a no-go. If they're the total opposite, they're way down here, then they're fine.
yeah. If the Kane in question is a bigoted fuck, then he's not in the Kane universe. Essentially, that's what it is. If he's got
Quite right
CTE,
too.
then he can fuck off. So yeah, no, it's great though, and I hope it did influence it, but whatever, it was brilliant. Really came away from the show really happy. I can't wait for the fucking next one, and it seemed like everyone else did as well. So success all
Yeah.
around.
I am a
Glad you all had a good time.
Yeah, you should watch it. It was brilliant. Anyone who hasn't watched it, watch it. It's on Thriller Plus, and it's definitely worth it. And look for us in the crowd. Look for the Wales flagger during the Drew Parker match, and you'll get that's the spot where we were.
Lovely stuff. Well, on that note, I mean, I think that
I'm going to pause myself. I'm going to mute myself for a minute because I'm just sticking a fucking lozenge in my gob.
can you get those in Mexico?
Yeah, it's called fucking L Halls.
Oh,
You're learning
dang.
quick. You're learning quick, my friend.
Say what, this mask is tickling my nose to fuck. But Mike, were you going to say something? Because I was going to jump in with something really quickly, but I
I
felt
was
like I
just
cut
going to
you
give
off.
you an intro, lad.
All right,
I was
do
just
it,
gonna
do
give
it.
you an
Yeah,
intro.
do it.
I was just going to say, believe you had your own wrestling adventure this weekend, son.
Well, yes, I did, Mike, actually, as it goes. So, the day after all the deathmatch craziness, I traipsed myself over to the lovely town or district of Camden. It's the home of overpriced pints, questionable fashion choices, and, well, a metric shit ton of wrestling carnage, as it goes. Yeah, the overpriced pints is no joke. I actually spent £16 on 2 Guinnesses. Horrendous behaviour, but no, that didn't deter me. Progress chapter 178, Fix Your Hearts. It was yet another sort of chaotic symphony of twattery, athleticism, and good vibes all round. So this is it was quite a really good event on paper. I thought like there was quite a few not as many sort of stipulation matches as perhaps a TNT show would have, but it was a healthy blend. There was probably like 3 on paper, mixed with some sort of straight wrestling matches. So it was plenty to enjoy all around just by looking at the card. But no, this is also on Triller Plus, by the way, or also on Demand Progress, which is their own streaming service. You can actually, it's well worth a watch. It's about 3.5 hours, not a tremendously long event. There's plenty to enjoy. There's like straight up singles wrestling, like hard hitting, like strong style wrestling. There's some, violence and hardcore action. There's some comedy wrestling. There's a bit of everything. But I'll just run through the card real quick because I had a great time. And I went with a good friend of the podcast, Spherical Toast, who
Before you crack on, Dan.
go on.
Pints of Guinness in Mexico are a lot cheaper, by the way. And you only have to sell the show. You just tell people Simon Miller was on the cards. That always sells me with the Progress show, to be honest.
Well, he was on. He wasn't on first. It would have been that would have been better for my bit if he'd have been on first, but he wasn't there this year. I had to remind myself of that.
Gemma. He's fucking brilliant, like so.
He is. He really is. But I'll come to Simon in a sec. But yeah, he was definitely one of the highlights of the show. But no, the kicking us off was probably one of the best British talents in the world right now. Michael Oku against Leon Slater's cooler older brother, Miles Kamen. Oku is just over like Rover, man. Like, the crowd was just like eating up everything he does. Even if it was just like a chop, he's so fucking good. And Kamen really has a little bit of MJF about him. Watch him if you do get the chance to sort of see this match. Like, watch Kamen's body language. Like, he really reminds me of MJF. And he's great. He shouted out the pod actually, during the intermission when I managed to meet him whilst I was getting a pint. So, a very expensive one. A can of Red Stripe was about $5.90. Yeah, which says a lot. It's horrendous behavior.
Progress sorted out.
I think this is the ballroom, man. Like, even if I go there for like a gig, it's still the same price. So it's not Progress's fault. But
if I'm flying over from Mexico, I'm not paying that kind of price for a pint, and I'll fucking hit you with a chair. So
the thing is, as well, it's like a can of Red Stripe's not even a pint. It's like just under. But
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely disgraceful. But it's the times we live in. We've got to graft harder, haven't we, in Mexico? But
before you crack on, mate, sorry, because I'm just laughing at this. I'm just looking. We asked we're going to do podcast questions at the end. Sorry for interrupting you, but we're going to do podcast questions at the end from our good listeners on the Discord. Aaron has just put one in there. Oh, you're looking forward to Dynasty? What the fuck kind of questions that, mate? Yeah,
Aaron, what the fuck, dude?
Crack on. Sorry, crack on. What a question.
I mean, yes, Aaron, yes. But you should watch this one as well. So kicking us off, Michael Oku, Miles Kamen. Yeah, it was great match. Under 10 minutes. Typical babyface heel dynamic. Great way to start the show. I really liked it. Oku's just something else. And Amira is great at ringside. I think the vibe she has with the crowd is fantastic. So long may it continue. I'm fucking stoked for his match against not just against Jacobs for the world title at Chapter 179, but also at Rev Pro next month at High Stakes, where he's going to be fighting Leon Slater, defending his Rev Pro British Championship. That match could very well be match of the year. So yeah,
this month now it's April.
Oh, so it is, yeah. I thought I was in March. I think because I'm in Mexico, it's still not quite the 1st of April yet. So
got to factor in that crazy time difference. But
that time difference.
See.
So speaking of people who say yes a lot, or no, or up or down, Simon Miller was up next, defending his Proteus title. Spoiled the match there. In a doghouse rules match against Gene Money with Moth Dog at ringside, Session Moth, and Will Cruz, who are like the comedy trio, if you like, of Progress. They're great. They've got a great vibe. There was a bit when Gene Money got to the apron making his entrance, where if you see it on the clip, he flips someone off. He flipped me off, by the way, because I was giving him the finger. So yeah, that's my claim to fame. But no, this one was great. It's on paper, like Doghouse Rules kind of seems like a seems pretty serious. Nothing quite like as serious as like the Kennel from Hell, but it is pretty violence inspired. Yeah, dog toys everywhere. I think Simon Miller and Gene were hitting each other with all sorts of like chew toys. I think even one of them hit a suplex on the other on top of some dog toys. So yeah, John Moxley need to step it up, mate. But no, honestly, yeah, very fun, very enjoyable. Simon Miller with the win after a jackhammer, and they teased like a little Moth Dog split at the end. Like, Session Moth and Gene were berating Will Cruz, and that was a harbinger of things to come, which I'll get to later on in the night. The next match was a non-title match, which I was a bit surprised about, but then I remembered that Nina Samuels is actually refused in kayfabe to defend her belt until she gets to Vegas, where she's defending it against Riho and Vert Vixen, I believe. I was expecting them to just randomly make this a title match, much to Nina's dismay, but it wasn't to be. But that doesn't stop Millie McKenzie from like suplexing the shit out of her. Yeah, very fun if you're into like if you ever heard of Millie McKenzie, she and Nina Samuels, to be fair, they were both of NXT UK fame, but they've really sort of blossomed. I think they're doing the best work of their careers at the moment. Yeah, great little match. Loved it. Nina gets the win after. Oh, did she? Can't remember what the finish was, but it was kind of like she hit like a really tasty looking move. It looked wicked. Certainly looked wicked from where we were sat on the balcony.
Did she come out without the clown's hat on?
She did. Yes, she did come up with a little hat.
And
the crowd actually were chanting "tiny hat or massive head, tiny hat or massive head," which in hindsight isn't that particularly pleasant, but it's Nina, so she played off it really well. Loved it.
She's fucking brilliant there.
Yeah, no, she's excellent. But then we had, before the next match, we had a little bit where I don't know if anybody knew this, but basically Progress are doing they're sort of spearheading this thing coming up in October, where it's called Clash of the Comics. It's previously known as like The Wrestling. It's like a charity like event, like headed up by the comedy duo of Mix and Evan of the Edinburgh Fringe. Clash of the Comics, basically you see like comedians like stepping into the ring to face off against each other. And we're talking like actual like comedians that are like well known in like the British community and all that. Like they've like been on like TV shows and everything like that. And one of the headline bout is actually Phil Wang versus Ed Gamble. So and Phil Wang turned up after he was Kill Phil Wang, turned up in like Uma Thurman's yellow and black bodysuit, about to claim his belt. But then Ed Gamble and Bullet, who traipsed over from
I've seen this
Liverpool.
Bullets.
Yep. Yeah, they turn up and steal the belt. So Ed Gamble now currently is in possession of a belt that he is not rightfully his. But I'm not going to fucking ask him for it, because what if Bullet like turns up and I have to stare him in the face? No fucking way. It's not happening.
I don't know how the laws are over there in England, but over here in America, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Oh yeah, that I mean, but fucking hell. I mean, I wouldn't square up to Bullet, before I go up to any kind of copper. I'll be honest with you. So, he's an absolute machine.
Because he'll fucking move the ring on you.
Yeah. So yeah. No, like they sort of spotlit this event. And ironically, about maybe 20 minutes later, Ed Gamble was stood like next to me on the balcony, and he wasn't carrying his belt. I presume he gave it to Bullet to look after while he was just kind of enjoying himself, having a few overpriced beers.
That makes sense.
That's by the by. Yeah,
I'd do the same. Yeah.
But no, Simon Miller ended up, fending them off. So I think for now that this match between Phil and Ed is not happening, but until like early October.
The thing with that, right, is like Simon Miller's using a jackhammer these days. He ain't in the foot. He's not hitting a jackhammer on Bullets. I don't care how strong he is. That guy is fucking huge.
But that's a match that was teased, so I think we're going to get it sooner rather than later. I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, more Bullet, please. He's a fucking beast. But speaking of beasts, the match that sort of saw us into the interval was the No Ropes I Quit tag team match, featuring Connor Mills and Nika Angelo, who are beasts in their own right, against Lycos Jim. Which this was one of the highlights for me. It was probably one of the first like truly unhinged match of the night. Yeah, loads of chops, loads of chairs. There was one bit when Lycos 2 was thrown onto like the standing sort of section of the crowd, on top of the chairs, and then Mills jumps from the turnbuckle and does like a diving foot stomp onto Lycos 2. That was wicked. I think doctors are still checking whether he's actually still alive, but yeah, he may have tweeted between now and well, between then and now. So for all I know, this could be proven false. But then again, I am on a time delay here in Mexico, so who knows?
See.
Yeah, no, wicked. This was one of the matches of the night. I really enjoyed this one. It was interesting to see like the no ropes dynamic, but yeah, they pulled it off. Surprisingly, no blood. I did think there would be a bit of blood in this one, but there wasn't. Lycos Jim got.
We took all the blood to Liverpool, mate.
Yeah, there's none left to go around. But well, you say that because after the intermission and after me and Sverrel had gone to chat to Miles Kamen and to Nina Samuels and to have some more expensive beer, we got Tate Mayfairs, who'd clearly seen enough of Liverpool, and his efforts weren't getting anywhere. Decided to come and basically try and push Eddie Dennis to the limit in a study of how to basically lose a pint of blood in 10 minutes. If there was a "this escalated quickly" award, this match would win, because I think Tate was bleeding within like just a few minutes. It was interesting though, because he was actually the babyface here, whereas the whole story of the whole teacher-student dynamic between Eddie and Tate was Eddie was always like the good guy. But Tate, yeah, the crowd were firmly behind Tate, and yeah, he was bleeding like a like a stuffed pig, if you like. He's bloody bleeding a lot, just absolutely pissing blood everywhere. But so he clearly doesn't hate death matches that much.
He doesn't like them much now. Might have put him off even more.
I don't know, but the fact that he won this match made me think that maybe his opinions changed a little bit. So yeah, who knows? Watch this match. If you're going to watch any match, watch the Mills and Angelo versus Lycos Jim, then this match, and there's definitely at least one more you should watch, but that's still to come. So Tate gets the win, and it wouldn't surprise me. I said this in the preview. It wouldn't surprise me if that one day he actually won the Progress World title at some point very, very soon, because he's that good. He's fantastic. Next, we had what was a little bit of I guess you could say like a little breather match, which was just 5 minutes of a bit of light-hearted entertainment, which was Session Moth. As I believe the moniker of Mothika, Mothika, versus Charles Crowley. Clearly a bit of a blood feud. It's almost like a hurricane of twattery, if you like. Crowley sort of, Session Moth was sort of, you could say kind of just slapping Charles around a little bit for too long, and then basically Crowley hit her with the mist, and that was that. And then some more Moth Dog antics took place after the match, where eventually Will Cruz had enough of all the abuse and humiliation that he has suffered as the world's best nephew from his uncle. He ended up hitting Session Moth with a package pile driver, just as you do. And to be honest, I thought she was really hurt afterwards, but no, she was actually walking around like okay after it and everything. But that officially, I don't think Will Cruz is going to be on Gene Money's Easter list, if you like. So yeah, it's interesting to see what happens there. But I think Will Cruz he's phenomenal. I think he plays like the buffoon like comedy guy like to perfection. I think he's excellent, and Gene Money is is a great heel. So yeah, that was we saw the end of Moth Dog as we know it. And then the semi main was again my personal favorite match of the night, just because I like this style of wrestling. Was Cara Noir versus Trent Seven for the first time ever in a dream match. Madness of the night, masterpiece of the night. Yeah, like just holy fuck. It was pretty much like art. Like I hate using the word art or like aura because it's very overused nowadays, but this had it. Cara Noir is fantastic. In every match that I've seen him in, it's just been like sublime. The dude is just such a good wrestler. and it was great to see Trent Seven back in a Progress ring. Yeah, they're both a bit of an enigma, to be honest. Like Trent's like a bit of a veteran, and together they just created something like truly insane. Like if you missed it, like go out and like steal someone's Demand Progress login or steal someone's Trail Plus login and just watch it. It's worth the criminal record. And by the way, BBC, I'm not stealing any TV.
Yeah, can I mention you could also legitimately buy your own subscription and watch it that way. You don't have to do it the criminal way.
Or watch it on Triller Plus.
Yeah, or watch it on Triller Plus.
Which is fantastic value.
Yes.
I'm not
good value.
I wish I did, like, cheap enough.
Yeah, I wish I got the Black Friday deal, but I've been paying monthly for it. But even then, it's been worth it. So
you can still get the Black Friday deal now. They haven't closed it off.
I'm going to do it. I'm probably going to do it because I need more money for overpriced pints when I go back to Camden again. But yeah, and then the main event was the tag team title match between Sunshine Machine and Smoking Aces. Sunshine Machine, the firm favourites, including by one of us on the podcast today, rocking the merch.
I'm not just pointing at my I am actually wearing one of my favourite shirts, which is Sunshine Machine.
Someone's got to be, but I'm joking. No, they are very, they are very over with the Progress crowd. The crowd loves them, but I'm a big fan of the Smoking Aces personally. I think they remind me a lot of like British Strong Style, like a slightly improved version. I think Charlie Sterling in particular just has a real kind of, I guess you could say, like presence about him that I just really like in a wrestler. Very old school.
He's brilliant, Charlie Sterling. My missus is a big fan. I don't know why. I think it's because he's a good wrestler.
She clearly got good taste, mate. So I don't think she's clearly not a fan of Lucha Libre.
Or no hair, to be fair.
All that. Yeah, and to be fair, Charlie Sterling has lovely hair. He does.
Exactly.
He does have lovely hair. But no, they did a bunch of Canadian destroyers in this match as well, which I'm always going to pop for. But also, are you going to get on the set? On AEW, I don't think they're going to do Canadian destroyers onto a pile of chairs on the outside of the ring. But they do here. So if you want to see that, go and get Triller Plus and watch it, because I was like, excuse me, when they did that. It was just fucking insane. Batshit crazy is putting it mildly. I think it was worthy of a main event slot because of just how fast paced the action was. Like the last two matches were the only ones to sort of go over 20 minutes. No, I tell a lie. Tate and Eddie went over 20 minutes.
Before you crack on there, Dan, like, was it the main event? Because I don't know. I'm not an expert on this, but there's been a lot of people suggesting, with talk of this WrestleMania road being a bit of a fucking dead end, that the main event is not always the main event.
Do you know what? Actually, I think by that logic, I think then Tate and Eddie was the main event, or even Cara versus Trent versus main event.
Apparently, the main event isn't always the main event. It could be another match down the card that you just want to decide is the main event. So maybe they weren't the main event. Simon Miller could have been the main event.
Do you know, I'd watch him. I'd watch him in the main event.
I'd watch him in the main event. It's amazing.
If you want to see Simon Miller main event, UPW based in Yeovil and Weymouth is the place to go. He's the.
But is he the main event?
He's a bad guy there.
Yeah.
Is it one of those ones? Is he featured in a special singles match? Because then that's a main event, I believe.
And in the main event, yes. So both.
I don't know, because like I said just this week, apparently WrestleMania main events they're not the only main event. There's other main events.
We can pick our own main event. Brandon Cutler will main event every single pay-per-view from now on.
I love where we're at I love where wrestling is at in the year 2025, where there are people who will stand 10 toes down and say the last match on a wrestling card is not the fucking main event.
Exactly. It's fucking stupid.
It's so fucking dumb. And also, you know what else is fucking dumb? Not even wrestling just does it, but also, UFC has done it in the past. Like when they book double and triple main events. What the fuck is a double and triple main event? That makes no fucking sense. Whatever match is on last that night, that is the main event. That means nothing follows it. That means it is the show closer. Whether the build up was good or not, whether you're a fan of the wrestlers or not. So hate to break it to you, like so for Mania, guess what? Jey Uso and Gunther, they're not the fucking main event of WrestleMania. It's fucking Punk, Rollins, and Roman. That's your main event night one.
No. Punk Rollins isn't even a fucking main event. Fucking when you start getting night ones and night twos, they're not the fucking main. They're not the main event. The main event of WrestleMania is the end of WrestleMania. It's fucking that. That's just a fucking, yeah. That's like that second fucking the second world title they've got. It's just
the world heavyweight title. Yeah, we all know that the main title is the one around Cody's
the undisputed title.
The
so
undisputed.
There's like three titles. 3 titles, isn't it? Because the undisputed title, which is the 2 titles, and a fucking world title. So what's going on there?
No, you're absolutely right. Whatever closes the show on night 2, that's the fucking main event. You know what? The closing match on night 1, that's just intermission in a sense.
Exactly.
It's a 24-hour intermission from the last match on night 1 to the first match on night 2, and I forgot who fucking pointed it out, but like when they made that match when someone named that match the main event, somebody posted on Twitter said he's finally main eventing his buy one get one half off on night 2. I'm like, oh fuck, the universe always comes around in full circle, but
I'm going to interrupt the ranting with a little bit of a history fact here that if you go far back enough, the main event used to go on first. They would put on the big match and it would be on first, and everything after was filler. So if you wanna do it that way, whatever goes on first is the main event, the opener.
Now they have now there is wrestlers on who have said, like I know Austin has said this. I know remember Jericho said it when he was a guest on the Broken Skull podcast. Like they always say, like, if you're not main eventing, you want to be first. Like when it comes to like WrestleMania, like they always say, like if you're not main event, you want to be first, because like let's say if you're the second match or you're in the middle, that might be a dead spot in the show where fans don't care like that. And remember, that's what led to Jericho leaving WWE back in 2010, because remember it was Jericho and Owens that had the best story in that year by far. The Festival of Friendship. I mean, listen, I wasn't watching a lot of WWE at that time, but I tuned in Mondays just for that, just for the Jericho and Owens festival, and then fucking Goldberg came and ruined everything, and
fucking Goldberg.
Yeah, you fucking bald son of a bitch. Like, did you see? Did you see him post that damn spear compilation? Like many have tried.
I can't believe he did that, to be honest. And he included fucking Copeland in there, which is bizarre, seeing as he's fucking.
You know who he didn't put? He didn't
Simon
put
Miller. He didn't put Simon Miller in there.
That as well, him as well, but he didn't put Rhino.
Put Bron Breakker, fucking murdering fucking Speed.
I mean,
Rhino's is absolutely, without question, the best of all time.
Because you know what Rhino never did? He never jumped. He never jumped and hit the spear. Like, no, like, when you jump, it's basically a flying hug.
I always thought Edges was shite, to be honest. But sorry, before we move on, I didn't mean to cut you off completely there, Dan. I was just wanted to.
No, it's important. I mean, all I was going to say was that the Sunshine Machine win the tag titles finally. Nick Riley is retired. He had a great send off. The crowd loved him. Excellent show. Loved it. Would recommend. Yeah, carry on. Let's
Sorry,
not.
I just wanted to get a main event dig in there. But no, I'd say I think fucking Cope's fucking Cope's spear's shite, to be honest. But so is Goldberg's now, because the man's about fucking 70. So whatever. He couldn't fucking spear me if he tried. But he probably could. But
Christian has a better spear. Christian has a better spear than Goldberg, and even Copeland now.
Ricky Starks has a better spear than Goldberg. Actually, I'm not sure that's
no.
Sorry, that's not his name anymore. It's Ricky Southampton. Yeah. I'm sorry, yeah, I got it wrong.
He can't touch me. I'm in Mexico. So yeah, what were we talking about? I can't even remember now.
Spears. Main events.
From Spears, we can go to Sean Spears, who is also shite and is a wrestler who's in NXT, who used to be in AEW, who actually had a pay-per-view this weekend. So that's a natural fucking way into.
It's a very good segue.
That was not at all forced. No, very natural.
With no reaching at all. Yeah.
No reaching at all. I think you need to have some more of those Mexican lozenges, mate, because I think you're a bit delirious.
I'm fucking gone, mate. They're gone. Yeah.
Like a triangle through a square peg. Like that's how natural was. Natural
Sean
fit.
But
Spears,
yeah,
the fake chairman, not the fucking real chairman.
there you go, there you go, there you go. But no, yeah, Dynasty looks wicked, doesn't it already?
Can't
I
fucking
know
wait, to be honest.
the card's not really kind of. I think it's only like halfway done. There's only like 5, maybe 6 matches announced. Like you got Moxley Swerve, you got the women's title, Tony Megan Bayne, you've got Penny Speedball Ricochet, you've got Adam Cole, Danny Garcia for the TNT, and the trios, Death Riders versus Rated FTR. But even then, you know, there's got to be at least another.
Aren't they starting the Owen
Well,
tournament as well?
they're announcing the brackets
Okay.
tomorrow.
I think we
So
too
I
early,
think
won't it, to start it, I reckon.
Well, let's see how
think
they
you could do a
well, let's see if
couple
they
of.
space it out. So I think how it would be, how do you say it? I assume the finals would be at Double or Nothing. You do the finals at Double or Nothing, and then you have about like a month and a half of build into All In. But I'm just curious, like I know, you know, if they started at Dynasty, it might be too soon, but I wonder if they would like try to build stories within the tournament instead of doing like tournament matches every week. Like maybe you build like every week or two to like certain matches coming up, so you could like build more storylines and more feuds out of this tournament at the conclusion of it. But you know, I wouldn't mind like if that's the case. I wouldn't mind if we get like one men's match and one women's match for the Owen to start off Dynasty in the sense like if that's the plan right there. You know,
Thing
we'll
is,
see.
Double or Nothing's like 8 weeks away. It's 25th of May.
I think it's too long.
So I think, you know, if you do one this Sunday, then you know, then it depends how spaced out the rest of the matches are going to be. Then I think because
You dragged it out too long for me. I think
Well, so here's the thing, like if each bracket has 8 wrestlers each, so for the first round, that's a total of 8 matches in total between the men's and the women's bracket. So let's say, you know, like you say, you have eight weeks. You could do, you know, it could take like
matches a
you
week.
2-3 weeks to do the first round of matches because you could do like one match each per show.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you could do one men's match,
You
one
got a good
women's
point.
match, like that. Like, don't do 3 or 4 in one night. Like,
Well, they can't with the women's matches. You're going to get one a show. So
yeah,
it.
you know what? I think my standard going forward for the whole week for AEW is going to be 3 matches. Give me 3 matches a week between both shows, and then some promo segments. You know, you get. I think
No,
you know, let's start there. Let's start there. Then we work from there. You know, between Dynamite and Collision. You know,
It does feel that like Dynasty is being kept purposely vague for the Owen. It does feel like there's going to be, I don't know, maybe some qualifiers or
I think for
maybe
the
some kind of.
Yeah, I think for the reason that there's only been 5 announced matches, I wouldn't be surprised if we get the opener for both the men's and the women's for Dynasty, and you know, which makes it even more interesting because remember, there's only 3 men who are announced for the men's
Yeah,
for the men's bracket. It's Osprey, Jay White,
Hangman.
and Hangman. Like
Yeah.
who the fuck are the other 5 gonna
I
be?
mean, Darby's up a
who,
mountain, isn't he? They were
Yeah,
talking
Dar
about, you know, him as a possibility, but there's no way he's down from Everest.
who would you
I think
guys throw in?
Eddie
well you
Kingston.
oh no, Eddie's
Yes.
no, I don't think he's going to be ready yet. I don't think he's going to be ready until the summer
I don't either.
personally.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's I think he's a fair way out, to be honest.
He fucked his leg like so
Yeah.
badly. He's only just recently started like walking, but I'd love him to appear, but I don't think he'll be in the Owen personally. No, I think Orange Cassidy's a reliable name to throw in there, but you need people who can take the pinfalls. Because
I
if you
think
want to have your final 4 as like them 3 plus maybe Takeshita, you throw in Orange as a reliable name. Kyle O'Reilly, perhaps.
Here's a name. Here's a
I
name.
don't.
What about
Josh
no,
Alexander.
get Bowens in there?
No. I want
Yeah.
people. I want it to be 8 people who I actually realistically think could win the thing. I don't want names stuck in. Like it's like when we have Mortos in the C2 or
Oh
the
yeah.
year before. I can't remember. But I don't like them. Like give me 8 ones where I think fuck That they could actually go
Could
there.
actually win it. That's
Yeah.
why the women's one looks really stacked, doesn't it? Because
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
six
Yeah.
names who could feasibly win it, but maybe 4 out of the 6 they announced that could feasibly win it. But yeah, it looks so star heavy. There's a
What?
Jamie,
Yeah.
Mercedes, Statlander, Thunder Rosa, Athena, and Billy. I think
Who are
that's
the
right.
who are the
Is
last
Billy
who are
is
the
Billy in
last
it?
two going to be? Yeah, Billy's
I
in
think
it.
so. So I think
Who
the
are
other two, maybe,
who are the last two?
well, it depends if Willow and Marina bleed over to this side, but I'm not sure. Uh, It's a good question. I think this is also another thing. Like in the Owens, like last year they had wild cards where you don't know who's in it until like you get to the match, like in the first round. So you know you can almost picture they could do a wild card for the men's and the women's. Wild card for the men's could be, I don't know, someone like Josh Alexander or someone who's returning uh, there. But for the women, I'm at a loss because I don't know who else is like out, like who's out with like a who's been out with injury or who's just
You're going to
yet to
yell at me,
return.
but it could be Britt Baker. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't mind it.
No,
You know, I don't know
the,
why people have such a problem with her personally,
the
Thank
but
you.
hate's overblown as fuck. I mean, like I
Yeah.
still maintain that the fucking match at All In wasn't as bad as people make out. It was a fucking perfectly fine match. It was just suffered from a dodgy placement, and it was slightly under you know what we all wanted it to be, but it was still a fine match. It was
Yeah.
just judged overly harshly because it was Britt Baker and Mercedes. At the
Yeah,
end,
it
and
was a little bit under what you expect from Mercedes, but
yeah, but
I
like
don't think it
I
was
know, but
bad.
also when you watch it back though without the crowd, it's actually not that bad. It's just that the crowd was fucking dead. But like they were obviously going to be dead coming off Osprey MJF. Like
and they had
it
the
was a
casino
horrible place.
gauntlet like not long before that, so they were on
Yeah,
like a real hour-long stretch of just being like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened, to then suddenly
it
being like, oh yeah, and then
it was a horrible stretch, man. It was a horrible position coming off that,
Yeah,
and
the
you know
placement on the card. They suffered from the placement on the card.
but people
that's it,
also forget
that's it.
that Darby and
Jack.
Jack suffered from the exact same thing, and that was shit as well, really, outside of the
Yeah.
Sting. I mean,
It was
like,
very
but no
rushed.
one gave a fuck about that. It was like, oh, but because it's Britt Baker, you had all these cunts out there who were like, oh, the dentist, you know, because it's clever to call her the dentist and not Britt Baker, isn't it? You know, just like it's clever to call fucking Mercedes Sasha or fucking John Moxley, Dean Ambrose. You call them, don't call them by their actual name because it's a nice insult that you're cool then, aren't you? If you do that. But like that's the thing though. It wasn't actually that bad. I wouldn't mind her being in there if she's over her injuries and she can, you know, she's because she'll take a loss. She ain't gonna fucking win it. Put her in there. I think that'd actually be decent.
Here's a name, and if she's in it, put her and Jamie Hayter, a long-awaited rematch. Give me Hikaru Shida. Hikaru
Yeah,
Shida.
again, a reliable name in there. Yeah, do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, like I said, we like remember that match they had a few years ago on main
Oh, it
event
was
on
wicked.
Dynamite. I mean, at that point, it was the best women's match in AEW. So it's like for a good 15 minutes, they just beat the shit out of each other. So if she's in if you put her in the tournament, her first round matchup's got to be Jamie Hayter.
And she can take a loss, which will have to
Yeah.
happen because Jamie Hayes winning it. But yeah, that's fine.
You think
Jamie-
So
Jamie's
if
winning it?
Do you think Jamie's winning it then? Is that your
I
prediction?
I don't think she is, but she should do. Right, we'll go kind of across the top now. So
Yeah.
I'll start because I can see my name there. We'll go across the top to the end, and we'll go the two women who we think are going to be, flesh out the tournament and who's going to win it. So I'll start. I think Britt Baker and if she was fit, I'd go Queen Aminata, but I'm going to say Penelope Ford, and I think Jamie Hayter wins because I think another story will flesh out with Athena and Mercedes from this separately.
All right, I think I'm gonna go for a little wild one here. I'm gonna go
Well,
for two.
you've just jumped the queue, but go on.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were going
We're in
from like
different
say you
orders
and
for
then
everyone, I think.
Oh, are we? Oh,
yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate, go on.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I'll just carry on. The two women to flesh out the rest of the spots. I'm going Hikaru Shida and Mariah May as the wild card
Oh,
because
Mariah
she
May, I
won it.
guess.
Yep,
Ooh.
she's not doing anything at the moment. Um, and I think she'd be. I don't think she'll win it, but I think it'll be. I think the winner to me, it probably feels it feels like it's Jamie Hayter. To be honest, it feels like
That's a good shout, that though, Mariah May. For me, I just want her to come back to save Tony. But that's not a bad shout, man. I think that could be a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, I think for me, I think the two added are going to be Britt Baker and Mina Shirakawa.
Oh yeah,
fucking
good
Mina, I
shout.
forgot
Good
about Mina.
shout. Good shout.
The
Yes.
win. I know I'm probably delusional, but I'm saying Statlander. Just because that's what I want.
That's why I chose who I think's going to win, to be honest.
But yeah, I think we get Mina back.
That'd be great.
Because she's headed to AEW, so they need to bring her in somewhere, and to have the possibility of her going after Toni Storm. You know, is she doing it on Mariah's behalf, or
when's she back?
Hasn't she got a couple of Stardom dates around?
She might have, you know, because I think she's finishing.
She has an
isn't she?
appearance WrestleMania week, so in Vegas.
Week
I know she has
after,
one appearance. Yeah.
okay, so put her in as a wild card then.
Yeah.
Like I
the
said,
wild
it all depends on how they structure the tournament. Like if they flesh it out weeks, like have the wild card match like after that week, then it works out perfectly fine. So, I think it'll work out in the end.
Can I just say how absolutely amazing it is that like a few weeks ago we were going, oh, there's nobody who could challenge for the women's title. There's not, and now we can't choose because there's so many options. It didn't take these women long.
They're finally getting more time, aren't they?
Yeah,
they're finally getting more TV time. Like, I'd like to see some open shows. I think that they need to trust them to open the show now. I think because that's one thing they've given them a few main events. It's like, oh look, aren't we doing so well? Well, let them open the show.
Well, they open
the main event.
Well, they open Collision.
Yeah, I mean, Dynamite.
No, well, wait, hold on now. Now this is a little tangent I need to break into. They open Collision. You know that Saturday show. That Saturday show that a lot of fucking fans have been bitching, moaning, whining, and complaining for Tony to make important, to feel important. No more just random fucking matches, heatless matches that don't mean nothing. Give us a fucking reason to watch Collision on a Saturday night. He gives you the first fucking in-ring meeting between Athena and Mercedes. Why wasn't it on Dynamite?
It's a fucking joke.
You fucking miserable fucks. It's like
they've had this before.
It's just like, dog. I feel for Tony in the sense like there's just a certain population of wrestling fans that there is nothing that this fucker can do to just make them happy. At this point, if I were him, I would say fuck him. Like I know who my core audience is. I'm booking for them, but it's crazy. Like Tony can find the cure for cancer, but there will be a bunch of fans like, oh, you're gonna do for AIDS or diabetes or anything like that. Like it's fucking mental. Like you wanted something a reason to turn to a Collision. You fucking got it now. You want to see more stuff like that? Tune the fuck in on Saturday nights.
Mm-hmm.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, but I still would like to see them let them open Dynamite.
No, yeah,
because
you're
it's
right.
a flagship
You're
show.
right on Dynamite.
And it slowly got better. It slowly got better in
Yeah.
terms of the presentation of the women. But I feel like not only do we need a pay per do I need to see a women's match headline a pay per view soon, but also have them open Dynamite a few times because we've had like he tends to go with the same openers a lot of the time on Dynamite, like the ones he trusts to open the show, and I think Tony would do the numbers. Tony would do the numbers he wants to open the show
100%.
easily. I mean, she's like you say,
didn't she
proven that
open
with Collision.
She opened Collision, didn't she?
Yeah, she opened Collision.
Yeah, with the promo,
Like,
that was incredible. That
wicked.
visual of her lying in the camera work, that was fabulous.
It was the camera work was incredible because the way the way they were so focused with the way the lighting was behind and the way Penelope Ford's boot just came. It was so clever. It was so well done. But before we go all over the place, let's finish our predictions. Come on for the bracket. Brett, go. Oh, Mike, go to
all right, my two to finish out the women's bracket. I'm going Hikaru Shida and Hikaru Shida, and I'll go Mariah May as well. The two finalists in that tournament. Holy shit, this is fucking tough, man.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Because it's like we can't also forget that Mercedes is in the tournament as well.
I don't think she's winning it. I think her and Athena are doing
But
they're going to have
here's
some
the thing
kind of
though. What I mean is that she's going to take her first pinfall. Like
no, she's not. She's going to lose by a count out or a technicality or a DQ or something.
What if this is going to sound stupid? What if they face each other in the first round and we get a double DQ and someone gets a bye?
Double count out?
Yeah, it could be that.
Brawl,
I
brawl
think
throughout the arena?
some kind
Is there
of
a
Yeah,
time
whatever.
craziness
limit?
will happen.
Time
I have
limit
a
draw,
No,
they
they'd never
both
let them
lose?
wrestle that long. No.
Yeah, and
Ignore
then
that.
not on Dynamite, and then yeah, and then we get maybe someone gets a bye. Jamie Hayter gets a bye. One step closer.
Thing is, I don't want the Jamie Mercedes dream match to happen here. It needs to be on a big stage. It needs to be in like London or something like that. You need to have that dream match, and it needs to main event, in my opinion.
Okay,
But
so you know what?
if you
You've influenced my decision then.
okay,
So yeah, we don't want the Jamie and Mercedes match in the tournament. That's like you said, that's a London match. That's a Forbidden Door match,
I
in
think
my
so.
opinion. So I'm gonna go with the final. I mean, damn, this final can also be in London. I'm gonna go Jamie Hayter versus Mariah May.
Yeah.
And it will be I think it will be contender for best women's match of the year. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other. I'm going Jamie Hayter for the win.
Yeah.
I think Jamie seems like the
Jamie
candidate.
Hayter versus Megan, possibly Megan Bain at All
Yeah,
In.
that well,
No.
see
Dynasty.
as much as I want Jamie Hayter to win, I have a feeling she's going to come. Like I said, I think, but I don't really think that. I think she'll come up short, and I think she's going to end up going after Tony, when Tony's lost the belt to get a revenge for the injury.
Because
I think
that's what she
that's
said.
where we
She's
go.
right in the wrongs, isn't she? She said
Yeah,
that.
and I think that's a logical way of moving Tony on from a demolishing from Bane. If that does happen, moving Tony on without loads of rematches, and you could literally just have Hayter get involved and be like, I want the shot because you fucking stole my belt.
Okay, I want to come back to that after Mike's done his predictions because I have something to say about this potentially squashing Tony Storm.
I don't think it'd be a squash, but yeah, go on, Mike.
So I'm gonna go a bit different. I'm gonna go a bit out of the box and call back to something I said in a recent episode. I think the two spots left. Originally, I was gonna say Mina before Lucy stole it, but I think it'll be a CMLL representative and a Stardom representative
That's not a bad
as
shout,
the last
actually. Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
And I actually think the winner will be one of those two. And at Double or Nothing, we'll see Tony in a showcase match against someone from a partner company.
Ooh.
I don't. I think
At Double or
that's
Nothing or
I think
All
that's
In.
safe.
Yeah,
I think that's
at
safe
Double or
to win,
Nothing.
though.
The finals
Double or
at
Nothing.
the final of the tournament
Oh,
is
the finals
at
are
Double or Nothing.
all in it. Oh shit, yeah. No, in which case, I think I'll go with Jamie Hayter then. In that case, I forgot it was all in. I thought it was Double or Nothing. I'll go
Well, we're a
with Jamie
UK
Hayter,
podcast. We're supporting Jamie Hayter.
of course.
Except for me,
So
I'm
you-
Team
Even if I-
Statlander.
So you have a
Stand alone again.
So you have a problem with the squash? It's not a squash, though. I don't see it as a squash. I see it as a DQ or something else. I think they go again down the line.
That I will allow, but the very idea of Tony losing the title to Megan Bain, who is amazing, but no. She debuted in January. You wouldn't or you shouldn't put the men's title on someone who's only been here that long.
Well, I
Don't.
would if I
Well,
would if I would if there was a Vader if there was a
Lesnar.
Vader kind of character, yeah. If there was a Vader
She's
kind of
not-
character, I would.
She's not, though. She hasn't gone through enough people to be
I will.
that yet. Not
no,
enough
they-
big name people to be that
They
yet.
did the match way too soon. I don't know why they've gone this soon. It's the most, like, I just can't predict it because she can't lose this soon. Like that's fucking stupid. But you're not gonna fucking have Megan Bain take a pin so quick because it'll destroy all of this kind of monster aura that you built up. So I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I've said this last week. I do think it's fucking stupid that it's so soon. It's ridiculous. Makes no sense. They should have had to go through everybody else and then squash Storm in like fucking 4 months or something.
In 4 months, yeah, maybe I'll be more open to it. But yeah, if it happens now, no. I think it makes I think it devalues the title to put it on someone who's only been here since January. I mean, she hasn't beaten enough big names yet to have earned the title. Yes, she squashed people, but
This is the problem though. It could destroy the fucking, the illusion of this monster that she's supposed to be if she loses at the pay-per-view. It's too soon.
I won't claim the sky's fall until I see how they do it. They might
Yeah,
they might come out of a They might come up with
The-
something that I haven't even considered. And I don't think it is the end of the world if she takes a pin. I know you wanted to go on like this Killer Vader
I,
squashing
I,
everybody run, but
I just see the way they did it with Camille. I know it was on a Dynamite and a nothing match, but like she lost and then there was no real like it was like, oh yeah, what's she even with Mercedes for? It's pointless. I feel like she needs to build up because she's destroyed Statlander like twice now. I know it was not squash, but she's comfortably beat her twice. So like,
not entirely by herself though.
yeah, I don't know. I want to see it demolish everyone, but I do think it's too soon to be Tony Storm. It's stupid. I don't know why they've done this, but we'll see in a week.
Probably
Ironically,
some end game to this
um,
whole thing.
ironically for me, I'd call back to earlier in the podcast. I'd have the finish be quite similar to Scott Oberman in TNT on Saturday, and just have Megan Bain just go too far and get DQ'd.
I feel like that's the only way they can go.
It
Or
feels like you have to have a non-finish. Like Megan
yeah,
can't lose, but Tony can't lose. You know what I mean?
or maybe this is when Mariah turns and saves Tony from you know.
Yeah,
Nah,
maybe.
I
that
think
that
it's
would
a
be
bit too
that would be
soon for that.
way too soon. Way
Well,
too soon for that. It has to go one
I
of two
I
ways.
agree.
Like, either like you said, DQ finish where, like you said, Megan goes way too far, and the referee has no choice but to call it a no contest match. Yeah, it can't be a DQ loss. Like I say, you can make it a no contest match. Like maybe she destroys her on the outside and she doesn't make the 10 count or whatever, or something like that. But it's either that or the other option is, you know what? The way she looks right now, I've mentioned it a few times now. I've given the perfect match to go by. SummerSlam 2014, Cena versus Lesnar. Just fucking destroy her from, because you know what AEW is lacking in terms of like matches, in a sense. It's that shock and awe and disbelief of one of your favorites just from bell to bell get fucking ragdolled and destroyed. You don't have a lot of shocking and like just scared look in those shots of the crowd just be like of Tony Storm just getting destroyed, like just that horrified look. Like, I mean, I can't really point to an AEW match in which you never seen it
I
like
can.
happen to
Cody is the only one I can think of.
Cody. Yeah,
Well, I was going to
When
say that one, or
when
the
Brody just
Moxley,
fucking
or the Moxley Punk one,
yeah,
which
That
was
was
3 minutes.
mine. Is that not how
Yeah,
this is supposed to go? But
yeah.
yeah. But it would be a first for the women, in a sense. I just feel like for the character that Tony has built, just to get utterly fucking destroyed. Just I think that'd be an awesome visual, but I
no, I
wouldn't
think
mind either way.
I do agree
she's
it's too
come back
soon.
from being completely destroyed just like 10 seconds ago. She has fought her way back from after Wembley. She was completely wrecked. She was destroyed. She's finally come back. I think
It's still
I
too
don't see them
soon.
putting her right
I do
back down again.
I think both are too soon. I think the match is too soon, and
It
either
would
than
make
taking a
sense if
pin
this
is
was
too
in
soon.
at like Full Gear or something. If this
Yeah,
match had been taking
100%.
place where Megan was her stock was higher, she's beaten pretty much everybody else on the roster. Tony's had a lengthier run, or even if it's not Tony, like if whoever wins the Owen beats her at All In again, they could lose the title to Megan Bayne at like Full Gear, because I think that'd be a bit more believable. But yeah, I really can't predict this one. It's like
Maybe Megan Bain loses by DQ or whatever, and then wants a rematch, and Tony's like, no, fuck off, and she enters the Owen.
maybe, yeah, maybe that's
I feel a no contest finish can remedy it a bit. Like maybe they're fighting on the stage and they both go off the stage
Yeah,
through multiple tables
Yeah.
on the
You
outside.
can
I
it's
even
just
mean,
too.
involve like Penelope Ford. Imagine though that happens, and then later on in the night they have the first Owen match, and it's a wild card, and Megan Bayne walks out for a second
yeah,
match
yeah,
that
yeah,
night.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's too soon. The whole everything to do with it is too soon for anything to work for me. I'd be interested to see what they do because I can't think of
well,
a
you know,
way out of it.
I'm interested to see what happens, because like this is kind of a first in the sense, like for both the men and the women, like you said, to get a shot so soon
Yeah,
in the coming sense. Like I mean, the other one I could think of was like when Punk came in. That was only like what 7 8 months of him in the
don't remember that.
in the company.
Didn't happen.
No, I
Yeah.
don't remember that happening. I
No.
think you're wrong
Yeah.
there,
Oh,
bro.
my bad. I wasn't there for
You've dreamed that.
the Men in Black session, the neuralizer. My bad. I missed.
We're
I missed
retconning
it.
that.
Yeah.
No, but
But
I agree though. I can't think of anything like.
let's see, man. I think it'll be very interesting whichever direction they go.
I'd be
You
fine
know,
with a lower, like with a mid-card title if they did that, but
Hmm.
no, not the world.
What
Not now. It
Well,
is
no.
such a big deal thanks to what Tony and Mariah did with it.
What about the men's tournament then? Who are we going to fill the spots up with?
Well,
Should
we
we go
got
through
we
them?
got 5 spots to fill. Shit.
Oh my god,
So
that's
so
gonna
so
take a
we
while.
we've got we'll whiz through it. So we got Hangman, Ospreay, and
Jay
White.
White.
Jay White. So we need to fill 5 from there. You probably are going to go Orange Cassidy.
Sure.
I think Cash and Dax are going to do something. I know they've said they're not going to wrestle each other again, but
Oh, I don't know. I think that's two spots wasted. I think for
Yeah.
I think
no.
so.
The
I
Owen.
agree. I would.
think
Oh God, I don't even know. You know.
I think Kyle O'Reilly has got to be in there.
I think it's just not. I don't think he's a realistic winner. I think it's a wasted spot for me. I mean,
Suppose.
I know it'd be a good
I
match,
know.
but like,
If you want some realistic people, Takeshita,
yes,
throw in there.
yes.
Throw in
I'd also throw in Fletcher.
Yeah. Kyle Fletcher.
Just keep him away from Osprey so we don't do that again. But like, yeah, I would throw Fletcher in there.
Have them be a semi-final match or something where then they're fighting each other, and then that's kind of the start of like the eventual split off of one of them. But not like this year. I'm talking like, have them two in a semi-final or a quarter-final or whatever. But yeah, that'd be a good one. Who else? Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Samoa Joe was a good one. Fuck,
who was
I
last
can't
year's
even
winner?
think
Was
of
it
anyone
Adam
else.
Cole?
Adam Cole's fighting
No, that was
Garcia.
he was first year's winner. Who won it last year? Was it?
It was Brian
Danielson.
Danielson.
Oh, it was,
Danielson,
shit! Of
yeah.
course it was.
Fuck! What did Brian Danielson?
What if it's Bright? Yeah. What if he comes back to?
Oh mate, imagine. Oh god.
Oh.
That is
Swerve.
Imagine
all I
him
would-
fighting
Yeah.
Swerve again. Oh my god, I don't know what I'd do, bro.
Swerve might enter because I don't think he's winning at the weekend.
No, I don't either. And I think people are going to melt down, but
I know it's going to be great.
It's
I
gonna
think
be
we should
crazy.
prepare that he is not winning.
Well, like there's no good heels in wrestling, full stop at the moment, generally. And the only like people, we need some more heels, need more heels. Moxley is a full on fucking heel to the point where people are actually hating him for real now. So I think they'll fucking keep the title on him for another month or so. I think they go to All In. Actually, I still think they do that.
Yeah, we're going to get yelled at for that, but
you're
yeah,
playing with it. Tony's playing with fire if that's what he's doing.
I
He's
think
playing with fire. Like you can make an argument for the longest time now. AEW is starting to get good. They're getting the good graces. I think they're on a positive upswing. But you really
can't pander to fucking fans, though, mate, and fan bases.
yeah,
and
they're in
supporters.
good graces of the
more-
whiners online, but the numbers
Yeah,
are
fuck them.
Mox is a draw.
Yeah,
Yes.
he actually is.
Mox.
People whinge about it as much as they want online, but he is a fucking draw. The numbers are up whenever Mox is on. Like, and people don't like to hear that. I know they are when Swerve as well, but like they are, and like people are moaning about WrestleMania not having any, going. Oh, there's too many faces. So that's why they've had to turn Cena because there's no, what about Roman? He was supposed to have a face run, and they fucked it up that way. Well, that's the same in AEW. If Swerve wins, and I know I moan about it every fucking week, but if Swerve wins, the eventual opponents you would imagine is going to be Hangman. But even if it's not Hangman, it's going to be fucking Ospreay. So you're still going face regardless. So unless we get a massive Swerve heel turn at some point, which could happen, I still think the best way would be to have Swerve lose and then send him on another little arc, maybe to come back up and have the eventual winner of the Owen beat Mox. Because what I want to happen this weekend, the big thing I want from all of this is, and I know it's too late, but still, I still think it'll work, is Dax and Cash join the Death Riders. Because it's gone on too fucking long now, and we called for this months ago that they should have done it, and it would have been great if they did, and it's probably a little bit too late, but so fucking what? Just do it. Have them join the Death Riders.
No, you called that. I do not want to see them turn heel. I like my good boy FTR.
It's happening
I
though,
want-
Lucy.
It's
Unfortunately,
I know
it's
it's
happening.
happening.
Regardless.
It's only a matter of time.
If we're adding anyone to the Death Riders, I want Jack Perry.
Well,
Well,
he could
both-
come back. Oh,
both of
fuck
them.
Jack Perry in the Owen.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh.
Have Jack
Okay.
Perry, yeah, as the wild card or something. It'd be a good little
what if
good little
what if this weekend fixes the Death Riders? What if we have Cash and Dax turn, join the Death Riders. Jack Perry returns, joins the Death Riders. Orange Cassidy comes out in a leather jacket, joins the Death Riders. They demolish everyone, and then David Arquette comes down from the roof on a wire, and he's been controlling it all along.
That's it.
Oh,
It was
God.
hidden. Yeah.
Would people still say, "Oh, this Death Riders angle's shite," or would they go, "Holy shit, this is fucking cinema"? I think they'd say cinema.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think they would.
I think we're forgetting who the obvious winner of the Owen Hart tournament should be.
Want to say it on 3?
Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Hangman.
Brandon, cut that.
Hangman.
Obviously. I think that's maybe a bit too on the nose, though.
What if John Cruz and fucking Serpentico are on different sides of the bracket? That could be interesting.
That
You
would
mentioned
definitely be
Serpentico
that
to
would
me.
definitely be a sight that I thought I would never see.
I don't
John
think we will ever
Cruz.
see it.
John Cruz is a perfect angel who has never done anything wrong in his life. Serpentico is a demon snake from hell.
Gross thing.
Don't you mention
can't
Serpentico to
disagree.
me.
Hangman's winning. Hangman's winning.
Serpentico, that is not a thought that the rest of the group chat members
That is
share.
the official position of the
You-
Group Chat Wrestling podcast.
for a
that Serpentico
snake-
is a
I just-
grass snake.
I'm
For a
going
snake
to edit
man,
this
you are
and
a
put
good
a
man.
disclaimer at the bottom that says
Yes.
not all views are represented.
Exactly.
Anyway,
think
listen.
Hashtag not all group chatters.
Yeah.
Hangman's
Um,
winning, and we can end on Hangman's winning because he is like, and we're
Yeah.
making his own
Yeah.
music, and we're all going to
It,
lose our
it does
shit.
it does feel that way. Listen, we do have a couple of Discord questions which I think we can smash out in like 5 minutes. So
Apart from Aaron's, we're not doing Aaron's because we've
we've
looking
already
forward
answered it
to
anyway.
Aaron's.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, like,
Aaron's
what?
asking the better one
Quite
next
Aaron,
time.
eat a
mate.
dog
Fucking
biscuit.
hell.
Shush now.
Oh no, it's the other Aaron.
Oh, is it?
The
Oh,
other
I thought
Aaron.
it was. Okay.
All right.
The other
gotcha.
Aaron's still fucking wrecked.
Yeah, he's
Still
recovering.
hungover.
He's still full of dog biscuits and lager.
Oh my god.
Finn. Yes, we haven't abandoned Finn. Who do you think the AEW World Champion will be in 5 years' time?
Okay, now that's a
Ooh.
fucking loaded question, eh? Let me just go and get me
Carl
plutonium
Fletcher.
at the back.
I'm
and
just
go
gonna say
find
Carl
out.
Oh, you
Fletcher.
took mine.
Yeah.
I think it. Oh, that's a good one.
Anthony Bowens.
Jay White.
Takeshita.
It's fucking Takeshita, isn't
I
it?
mean,
Yeah, that's
in
it. It is
5
Takeshita.
years,
It's Takeshita.
it
You've
could
got it.
literally be
5
Fletcher.
years, it could
and
be Nick Wayne. Yeah, for all we know.
I think
it's
Takeshita
be-
does it in 3 years.
I
I
think
think
he's
Carl
still a
Fletcher
champ.
does it in 4, like less than 5 years. That's for sure.
I agree. I do think he is. Yeah.
Next.
Next
Right.
question.
Right.
Let's go.
Can we get everyone to do their best?
Oh,
10
sorry.
second...
No, Moxley.
Yeah.
John Moxley is still a champion in 5 years.
Oh.
Death Riders are still going strong.
Um,
Wait, did they
Can we
mean
get-
men's champion or?
All of them.
Yeah.
Every belt.
Okay.
Not
Women's
doing all of
and men's.
them.
Okay.
Nah.
The men's.
No, the women's champion in 5 years. I would say probably Billy would be a good shout just because of her age, but they're all still young.
Aminata.
Maybe Mariah.
Sky
f-
Blue.
In 5 years, Tony Storm will only be 33.
That's
very
it.
true.
It's fucking, how old would Mercedes be? Fucking 34 or 35 or something.
I think she's
ladies.
I think, what is she, 31, 32 now?
Early 30s.
She'll still
Early
be
30s, so she'll be like-
still be in a prime then.
Still be in the prime. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd say Billy would be a good shout. You know what?
Sky
Don't for-
Blue
No, Queen Aminata.
Sky Blue.
Calling it out.
Oh, Sky Blue could be in the fucking tournament.
in the Owen.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's ready.
That's one I forgot earlier.
Yeah, it should be about time that Sky Blue because listen, if she's healthy this time of year and there is the women's blood and guts match, she will be a baller in that
Oh,
match.
yeah.
Yeah?
Like,
Oh, I
God.
She was
Yeah.
she was she was having a
Yeah.
fucking killer run before she got
Yeah.
hurt, unfortunately.
her
He's
and Willow
desperate
are
to do
like
more death matches.
her and Willow are like soulmates in those death matches. Like you put
Oh,
them
yeah.
together, crazy shit will happen.
What's the next one? Let's go.
Right.
I'm
Let's
tired.
okay, well it's from Mose. If Hangman isn't
Never too tired for Moles.
no, if
Nah.
Hangman isn't walking out as champion at All In, who is it and why might it be Darby? Well, it's not Darby.
No, it's
I'm
not.
sorry.
It's Hangman.
It's Hangman.
It's not Hangman, it's not like-
Yeah, the logo's his belt buckle. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Mose.
it's
It's not
Hangman.
Darby.
Not Darby.
Come on, you already have the perfect succession plan for the title. Literally the next year and a half. Hangman wins at All In, then he loses to a heel Kenny Omega at Full Gear. He gets almost a 9-month heel run, and he drops it next year when All In is back in Wembley Stadium. Main event: Kenny Omega versus Will fucking Ospreay, in which you will get 50 to 60,000 people packed in that stadium.
Yep, I agree.
Ospreay gets his crowning moment next year. You heard it here first in the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Omega Ospreay 3, Wembley Stadium, 2026 main event.
Yeah, I was about to try and argue why it might be Darby, but no, that's too perfect. I don't want to
don't
jinx
think
it.
Darby- I don't think Darby
play
needs it.
Darby because I'm sorry, he's gonna climb a mountain. You don't know.
You
So-
might be
He
back
doesn't need
down. We don't know when he went up there. It doesn't
He
take
doesn't-
how big
he
is it? How big can Everest really be?
He doesn't
How long
need
does it take to climb a hill? Come on,
I don't know,
Darby.
but he'll try and jump off it, won't he? Let's be
Oh,
honest.
they'll be waiting up there with a helicopter and a net to bring him back down.
He should have just climbed up Big Bill instead. Anyway,
Right.
Anyway,
Like,
come on,
there's
let's
two
fight
more.
through these late ones.
Can we get everyone to do their best 10-second Steiner math promo?
fucking hell, really.
Well, you don't have to
Oh
just
my
do a
God.
little bit.
If you
So-
got a
so-
you got a fucking 66 and a third chance of Derby not winning, then you times that by 2/3. You've got a 133% chance of Derby still being on a mountain. There you go, done.
Well, I think No-
I'll
normally
tell you
you-
something.
yeah.
We've got 141 and 2/3% chance of doing the most impartial reviews and previews of any podcast out there. Also, fuck the Fed.
Okay.
Yep.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at Brandon Cutler and you look at John Moxley, and you see that statement is not true. You see, normally, if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you've got a 50% chance of winning, but Brandon Cutler, genetic freak, not normal, natural 20 in the charisma department, so you've got a 25% best chance to beat me. Then you throw... No, I can't do any more.
Oh, mate,
That's
that
as
was
much as I
genius. I was
remember
really
of the
enjoying that.
entire thing. No, other than
You
that, I'll
need-
have to look it up, and I can do
You
the
need
rest.
Adam Cole next to you to go disaster at the end.
No, I can't find it. I was going to look it up, but no, it's fine. That's as much as I can remember off by heart.
So
The fact
say
that I
all
remember
men-
any
they
of
say-
it is a little bit pathetic, but
They say all men are created equal, but you look at Beast Mortals and you look at Hologram and you see that statement is not true whatsoever. You got Beast Mortals over here is half man, half Mortos, half lawyer, and Hologram is just fucking space luchador with space graphics that say "fuck you," and he's the best. He's undefeated and whatever, and your odds drastically decrease when you're in the ring with the Hologram. But the Beast Mortals will not be deterred, and he will hit you with the best promo ever.
Oh,
And that's it.
mate, fantastic.
It was good,
Well
but
done.
it was about 20, 25 seconds. Not 10,
Listen, it's
so-
Beast Mortals. You can't limit me to
I-
5 seconds.
Voided. Sorry, that one's disqualified.
Frank
objection.
Mortos will have a lot to say about this.
It's not fucking
on the
Ace
phone.
Attorney.
It's not Mark Sterling.
Tony Khan, you are missing out on a great opportunity. Where's that animated series at?
I know.
Mate.
Fucking need it. I'll take the case.
Yes.
Right.
Right,
Mike.
next question.
Well, you're not doing a
Bracket up
fucking.
my 10 seconds. Bracket
Oh,
up my 10
fucking hell.
seconds.
That's not fair.
Oh, that's a cop out and a half, isn't it?
Right.
What's
Go on, see how much you
Don't
can
use
remember.
me.
At least.
Don't use me as a cop out, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's too late. I'm used to. Come
What's the
on,
last
let's
question?
go.
Right,
Alright, what's the
last
last
one.
question?
Me nose is dripping here.
The
This
last
next
one. The last one from Blackfire. Does Megan Bain need a character? She kind of has one, but yes, I would like to see. The promo she cut where she talked. Yes, I really enjoyed it. I think I'd like to see more of that. That's why I don't think she should win the title yet. I think that you need to see a bit
Not
more of
for
what
me.
she can do. But yes, she does.
Not for me. No, I will say every week I'm basing my ideal booking situation on Vader, who didn't have a character apart from Harley Race, controlling everything he did. He was just an absolute monster, and I'm quite happy with that. Bringing Joey Janela to be the Harley Race to her Vader.
That'd be
Absolutely
an awesome
fucking not.
video.
I
We're
like
not
Joey
having
Janela.
anybody controlling Megan Bain. Thank you. No,
Especially
I
not a
absolutely agree
man.
she could do with the character.
Especially
Well,
not
he'd
a
fight-
man. It's not happening.
She'd clearly end up fucking destroying him like Vader did to Harley Race eventually. So, it comes around that way.
No, she would eat him. That is the only way I will accept it.
Anyway, let's move on from that.
That's the last question.
No,
as
it's
it
because
goes.
Tony Storm said on Collision she eats babies.
I thought that was
Yeah.
Mariah May who said that. Oh,
No,
well,
that
she
was
said it
on
a while
commentary.
ago.
Tony Storm mentioned it again when she's not eating
Mm.
babies or crushing watermelons.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's very late in Mexico. It's early hours now. So yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And that was a fantastic first video episode of the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Hope
Aren't
you
they all
have a great week.
beautiful?
Have a great week. See you next week.
Goodbye from Mexico.
Hey
See you later.
guys.
Take it easy.
Adios. See you soon.